106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Welcome to the Goddamn Podcast with Drew
Dark
and
Matter.
TJ. Let's get this goddamn thing started.
You're goddamn right.
That is one slick fucking new intro. Thank you, TJ.
Yeah, no problem, man. All right. We have Grant joining us tonight on this wonderful Tuesday evening. So thank you for joining us, Grant.
Glad you missed me.
Yeah, of course. We always miss good old Grant. It'll be fun to have you. I have a lot of facepalm inducing material tonight, so it's good to have you. I always save a few just for whenever you're on, and then I do the same for Amanda when she's on. Anyway, welcome everybody. It should be a fun show. Got a lot of good material. A big salute to the goddamn army over on Patreon. Go check it out, please. Patreon.com/goddamn. Get in on that action. We appreciate the fuck out of the support. You guys are fantastic. And as usual, Streamlabs will be open. The link is in the description, along with some suggestions and different tip option amounts. We really appreciate those as well. They go a long way. So get in on that. And what else has been new, guys? How was your Halloween?
Uneventful.
Yeah. I mean, shit. You live in one of those neighborhoods where people have to, actually walk.
Yeah.
To, you know what I mean?
Houses are far apart, yeah.
And I live in a neighborhood that is surrounded. All the houses, everything's very close together, but everybody is also aware that there are really nice neighborhoods all over the place. And it's way better to go trick-or-treating in those neighborhoods. It didn't happen this year, but in the past I've been trick-or-treating, and they literally had the kids trick-or-treat table in their driveway, and then the adult trick-or-treat table. And it was like Jell-O shots and shit. I was like, that's fantastic. But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Speaking of which, there was a house in my neighborhood for the first time this year that they were handing out full-size candy bars for the kids and Jaeger shots for the adults. That's
fucking awesome. Dude,
and they were wondering why some parents were making second and third go-rounds.
Dark Matter, you would have shit your pants because my our older daughter was like, wanted to go hang out with one of her friends, and we'd never been to this girl's house before. She just got the address and went to go drop her off. And as I'm pulling in the driveway, I'm like, "This house?" She's like, "Yeah, this is the one." And there's a Bentley in the driveway, and I'm like, okay. So she texts her friend that she's there, and the garage opens up, and it's a Lamborghini. And a nice, I was like, dang. And the guy's, the girl's mother came out, and I was like, wow, these are some really nice cars. And she's like, oh yeah, my husband's out in the Ferrari right now.
Ooh.
I'm like, God damn. And I specifically said, I know some guy that's got a Lotus and thinks he's hot shit. But you got to remember, I pulled up in my 2005 plasti dipped Accord. You know what I mean?
They probably saw that car and was wondering who the fuck that degenerate is.
Yeah, it's me. Is that a Deadpool decal? Ugh.
What the hell what do they do?
Fuck if I know. You don't go I did almost ask them for a loan though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that they do something where they can afford that kind of freaking those kind of toys. You better believe they were giving out some good candy.
It's like $500,000. What you just described is probably more than $500,000.
Oh yeah. The Bentley was, everything was mint. But they were all dirty. They got driven. which is cool when people don't just like, unless you have something that's really antique or something like that. But I don't understand the point of buying like a supercar and leaving it garaged all the time. If you've got like an old freaking Shelby, then I get it. Like you want to reduce the
even
wear
then,
and everything.
driving in public with a car like that, I would not do it.
Oh, here, and especially here in Florida, like
Right.
it's fucking, it's bad.
You'd be proud of me, TJ. Yesterday, I worked on the Lotus myself.
Uh-oh.
What did you like?
Yeah.
He put aired up the tires or something.
No. I put
No.
the-
Be nice, DJ. He popped the hood.
No, I put the vehicle registration sticker on the license plate.
And by the way, he pops the hood every time he's got to store anything. It's a fucking mid-engine, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So, the not a whole lot going on under the hood in that car, but I bet it's got fantastic fucking weight distribution. That's the fucking best thing, and it's all wheel, right?
No, it's rear wheel.
Rear?
drive.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, shit. In my case, I try and steer clear of all-wheel drive cars. I don't live in an area that snows where I might need all-wheel drive or anything like that, or it's not even uphill. I just don't need that shit, and it's 2 extra CV axles you've got to fucking maintain or replace. That's
It's still a good safety thing though.
I don't know. I've had a truck that was rear-wheel drive that had way too much power for what it was, and that thing, there was no weight in the back, and that it was so fucking difficult to, you had to be so ginger not to fucking peel out all the time, and I hated that shit. And then, front-wheel drive is ugh, but if it's literally just to get from point A to point B, who the fuck cares? I'm not like doing like, drifting or fucking rock climbing with the shit. I'm not climbing mountains. I'm not going off road. I don't need anything but the thing to go, and the least amount of maintenance possible, for your daily driver. Now, if it's supposed to be, fun and sporty, then I get all that. I get it. Like Subarus are fantastic cars. And they're all-wheel drive, and there's nothing. I mean, if you're gonna have a nice car like that, then it makes sense. But if you're just gonna have an all-wheel drive, Accord or whatever, you're basically just asking for fucking extra CV axles to have to replace. Anyway, all right. I was trying to.
It's so funny. Like, I watched this show and. At least, once or twice a month, TJ will find a way to make a good thing sound so bad.
It's
well,
just
safety. Aside from snow or rain or whatever, it's still a safety thing. And having all wheels gripped onto the ground, and not that somehow that's bad.
Also, also TJ is skipping most important aspects. TJ, what do you think about all the taxes and insurance in relation to the vehicle?
It pays for itself.
And also the business, if it's a business vehicle or not. We should get into all the tax minutia.
Yeah.
And
I won't get big into it, but I will say it's funny that a lot of these insurance companies now are like, just put our app on your phone and you can start saving money. And I'm like,
I got him started.
What are they doing with that app? They're literally GPSing the fuck out of you.
Yeah.
to follow your driving habits, to give you discounts for safe driving. It's such a weird thing to be like, sure, yeah, please spy on me and monitor my every fucking move. What a weird thing.
Lisa has one of those, or we both have that app where we could, with the Life 360 app and stuff, and it tells you how fast you are going. I've gotten in trouble a couple of times in the triple digits.
Yeah, if you stop too quickly, or accelerate too quickly, and I'm like, get out of here with that shit.
So basically, that's the app version of that thing that Progressive had about 10 years ago that you plugged into your OBD port.
Yeah, that's right. And now they skip that, and it's just an app that allows permission basically to burn through your battery so that it can GPS the fuck out of you. And
So does
like
it-
if you're going over the speed limit because it knows the speed limit in those areas, then it's like, oh, unsafe driver, no discount.
So does it beep at you when you like brake too hard or anything like that?
I'm
like the
pretty
other
sure
one
you
did?
can set it so that it lets you know what you can improve with your driving. I don't know if it actually actively beeps at you because that would be dangerous because it's supposed to be on drive mode or whatever.
Right.
You know, while you're driving, you're not supposed to. There's a lot of weird like safety.
It'll show up
things
on
with
your
cars.
insurance bill. You were looking at our app while driving
Uh-huh.
45.
Yeah. Jesus.
I had to brake hard for a rabbit, and you know, I got a text from my dash cam of like a 20-second clip
Oh, yeah.
from the hard brake. It's
Wow.
kind of neat.
Yeah, it basically
See how much they
felt
care about the environment.
felt the G forces and
Yeah.
basically said, "Oh, do you want to?" That's cool. I mean, that's a cool option. Dash cameras have definitely come a long way, and I don't know. I feel naked without mine. If I
Yeah,
don't-
nowadays,
yeah,
because
if-
people fucking lie. That's
Yeah.
all they do is lie.
Dude, they're gonna drift into your lane and clip you, and then say that you drifted into their lane, and then it's your word against theirs. And if they have a fucking like passenger that backs up their story, there's a good chance that you end up fucking like marked as responsible until you prove otherwise. Which is
And it depends on who yells the loudest.
yeah. I mean, I got into an accident with a car. And it was like clearly not my fault. I had a passenger, but dude his girlfriend was a passenger too, and they just lied their asses off, and said they had like a green arrow when we just both had green lights, and there was no one else on the road. They just jumped right in front of me. I didn't have time to hit the brakes, only to take my foot off the gas and basically brace for impact. And I hit them. I aimed for the rear axle, but I actually hit right behind it, and I just took the whole rear end off of that car. And it ejected my headlights out of my car. It was bad. I was all fucked up, and I was pissed because I was like, "Why wouldn't you just wait 2 fucking seconds? There's no one behind me."
Yeah, I don't understand people
I was
like that.
adamant about like, where's the fucking like, the red light cameras? Where's any kind of thing I can have? I was adamant about it, and the cop was like, "No, there's nothing like that. We can't do anything for you." And
You know,
basically, we can call a tow
that's-
truck. Wouldn't even give me a ride. It was
That's
bad.
one of those things where you're like, man, I wonder if all-wheel drive could have helped out with that.
Mm-hmm.
No, what would have happened is that I would have had a more expensive car that got totaled for no goddamn good reason. There's nothing I could have done. It wouldn't have mattered what kind of vehicle or how, like, the guy just literally jumped out right in front, like, made a turn directly in front of me when I was the only other car, like, in the area. He's just a moron. Wasn't paying attention. And I got 50-50'd for it with my insurance. They basically cut me a check for the value of the totaled vehicle, minus my deductible, and then dropped me.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and I mean, over something that totally wasn't my fault at all. So then I had to find another vehicle and find another insurance company. Whatever.
And yesterday, this fucking old lady, I'm on a street that doesn't have a stop sign at the intersection. Her street does. And just like I'm taking my kid home from school, and just the way she was approaching the intersection, I'm like, oh, this bitch is not going to stop. I could tell. So I had my foot on the brake ready, and sure enough, she coasted right through, and I had to stop, even though I don't have a fucking stop sign.
Mhm.
It's shit like that, like
people are just fucking insane. I watched somebody almost T-bone somebody else, then flip them off, and then run a fucking red light. Like, bam, bam, bam. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
And why are they the ones who are mad?
Yeah, and it's people like that. There's a ton of them, and they are all the reason that we pay extra.
Mm-hmm.
And they're the reasons why we have like slow speed limits all over the place, because people are just incapable of fucking, doing anything correctly without being freaking scolded and have very like strict boundaries set that now we all get to suffer through. Humanity, if it moves forward, it does it at a fucking like painfully slow pace. and that's debatable whether we even like move forward really, or if we just become more technologically advanced fucking apes.
It seems to me that there's a few that most of humanity is carried by a few intelligent people, and the rest of us just kind of benefit off of the shit they generate.
Yes, that's life. Yeah.
I mean, especially with a giant ass population, like
it's like you said, we're the most intelligently advanced, but it's like there are still that are less intelligent than the great apes themselves.
Yep. Here we were talking about cars and nice cars, and I've wanted to play this that Dark Matter, I believe, sent.
Dude, I purposely park in the back of the parking lot where there's no cars. There's all these open spots so nobody parks next to me. And of course, every single time without fail, some idiot in a piece of garbage car always has to park right next to me. What is wrong with people, bro? Why? All these spots. You have to park next to me, dude? Come on, dude.
That looks like the Lambo they had in their
Yeah,
garage.
you can kind of tell that. You can tell that guy was driving the Volkswagen because the way he was talking and shit. Like, there's no way that guy's owning a Lambo.
So is that the Huracan?
I believe so. Yeah.
I know there's the Diablo, of course. The Huracan.
Yeah, those are old school though.
Yeah.
Bring up the old Countach.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
the Countach. That was such a badass fucking car.
The Huracan is the less expensive one, and then the more expensive one is the Aventador. The Aventador.
This one had like big air intake ducts, like around the. I don't know if they were fucking like aftermarket or whatever, but like behind the windows or whatever were like scoops and shit.
I wonder if it was the Aventador then, because
it was a nice ass car. When the moment the garage door started going up and I got a view of like the very bottom of it, I was like, uh-oh. and it kept going. I was like, oh wow, because the Bentley had me like curious already, and I was like, oh, please let them open the garage and not just come out the front door.
You were Leo. You had my curiosity, but now you have my attention, or however it goes.
Absolutely. All right, let me get rid of this.
I sent you a picture of a dog's Halloween costume that I thought was hilarious.
It was. I did not grab the picture, unfortunately. Do you still have it? Send it here on Skype, and I'll do a quick little show of it.
All right.
In the meantime, how about I still have the fucking donut holster on here, for Christ's sake.
That's important, TJ.
Yeah, save that for later. There's a few good ones here. We'll definitely get to those later.
Where the hell is the chat on here? Oh, there it is. Okay, so here's the picture.
I'll just drag this over so everybody can see. Oh, don't laugh, god damn it. You done ruined it. Show me the fucking chat, you piece of shit there. No, show me. There it is. That is pretty fucking good.
Imagine that dog running around, scaring the shit out of people.
Cute little dog. It's like a beagle.
Yeah.
Maybe like a beagle dash and mix or something like that. Cute. All right. We shall play. They have to do what now?
I was today years old when I found out that guys have to go into their doctor monthly to get their foreskin trimmed, just like a monthly haircut.
Somebody was fucking with her. Oh, we lost your audio, Tej.
Really? Or
There it is.
I've just been silent, thinking. What? They do what now? Guys have to get their.
I was today years old when I found out that guys have to go into their doctor monthly to get their foreskin trimmed.
And I think I know what was going on. He was telling her that, you know what, it's a lot less painful, after, like if you give a BJ or something, it gets, lubed up for, before it happens. It's doesn't hurt as much.
I don't know what somebody. I mean, to get how either dumb or inexperienced do you have? Like, this has to be fake. You can't be that dumb. You can't be so dumb that you've never heard. You've never heard you've never heard of it until you're this old, and nobody's ever talked about it. Like,
the skin just keeps growing and growing and growing, TJ, until it's like an elephant trunk.
My favorite is one of the things. One of the cooks at work will like go up to a server and be like, your lips are the same color as your nipples, and like it's funny because immediately people will try and fucking like find something to look at their lips. Or like they'll look straight down or whatever. It's just like funny the reaction people have immediately to hearing. It's like when if you wash your hands and come out of the bathroom and your hands are still a little bit wet, and you grab someone's arm with a wet hand and you're like, I found a quarter in the toilet. Their immediate reaction is going to be like, ugh, even though it's clean water. It's
now she probably heard about the the windsock joke. And then somebody who just ran away with it. Jesus. Like assholes on this podcast would. They would take something like that and just run away with it.
But I
mean, have her thinking that.
There's other shit that's dumb. Like there's guys that think that a woman's like labia or whatever, it gets bigger as she, if she has more sex or whatever. That's not. It's not like necessarily tied together like that unless you're doing some extreme shit.
No, dude, they have to get that trimmed too. You didn't know that?
Yeah,
you were this many years old.
I was today years old when I learned that women have to go and get their labia trimmed every month. And have you ever seen the fucking ones that look like a fucking turkey gizzard? They haven't gone and been trimmed in a while. Wizard. Oh my god, the gizzard wizard. And Thanksgiving's coming up, so get ready for that to be shown at your place of work. Dark Matter, I'm sure your wife will show you. Have you never seen one of those before? Where they have Dark Matter, have you ever seen an extended labia before?
What the hell?
Yeah. When they haven't gone and gotten it trimmed for a while.
We eat ham or chicken for Thanksgiving, TJ.
Right, sure you do.
No turkey gizzards.
Turkey gizzards.
Hey, Lise, are we doing anything for Thanksgiving this year? Are we doing like? Did the hospital give you a ham this year?
I don't know if they're doing it this year. Oh. They haven't yet, so.
Wait for it.
All right, let's do Dark Matter. I think your fucking mic cable needs adjusting. It's doing some snapping and popping.
Really?
I think so. I think that's you.
Hell?
It's a Rice Krispies mic.
All right. This one is called "Nice Guy at the Baseball Game."
It's funny. It's an Astros fan right there, because right now the Astros are getting their asses stomped in Game 6 of the World Series.
Are they?
Yeah, Braves are about to walk away with it, man.
Oh man. Well, I just think it's funny how
Been
he's
waiting a long time for this.
He's
Damn it! So I had to mention that.
This guy is so adamant. Like his celebration is hardcore, and then he just kind of gently hands it over.
Well, I mean that's a good thing about baseball. Like you'll see that a lot. Like somebody will catch a home run ball or whatever, and there's a kid around that has that look. Like
I've
they
seen
wish they'd have gotten it, and
I've seen the reverse.
Then, the
often.
guy will.
I've seen people steal it from the kids. I saw a hockey thing where the player tried to toss the kid a puck, and the other adult stole it. So then the mascot they brought him out a puck, and then the mascot brought him out a fucking jersey, as like a kind of like a fuck you to the fat dipshit that stole a fucking puck from a kid.
I've seen where the adult will take one from the kid, and then like a whole like 3 rows of adults will just jump the guy. Like that's fucked up. Give the kid his ball back.
Usually, if they notice it, it's happened. There was one kid that like didn't get it and he was crying, and they just kept bringing him more and more shit. And by the time he was leaving, he had like a ball signed by half the team and a fucking baseball bat and a jersey and fucking all kinds of shit. It's always,
that's why you bring your kids to games.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we have what? Keanu, can you get the fuck out of here? Thank you. Let's.
Yeah, that won't last.
No, it won't. He'll be back. I want more fun stuff. Okay. Ooh. Well, that's fun, but we're waiting for that for later. How about distance makes the face plant harder?
Oh! Oh! Welcome home, honey.
Dude, took her out perfect.
Oh God, that sucks.
From the airport to the dentist. All right. I gotta take off to fucking double check for that. We've got. Oh, that's some fun stuff for later. A lot of idiot stuff. I want to cover those for later. Here's Party Kid does Godzilla impression. I don't know if we ever played this.
Gale!
Did we cover that?
No.
Dude, look at this. Dude.
It's like
that was badass actually.
That's such a fucking giant, a fucking fireball.
It looks like a scene from Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
with the dragon.
Viserion comes around.
So, by the way, you're supposed to blow out the fucking flaming Dr. Pepper. I know somebody that has burned themselves severely from doing this. They had burns all over their fucking, like, their mouth, their cheeks, and their neck. And on a little bit on their arms, too. Like.
So, does he have to get his labia trimmed, too?
Yeah. Dude. That poor guy. And you'll notice he's still on fire afterwards. That's the thing.
Yeah, his whole face is done.
Yeah,
look, he's on fire right here.
Yep.
Still on fire. The fucking beast mode, and then still on fire. Still on fire. Still on fire. Still on fire. Now he's out. Now the table's on fire.
Now the whole table's on. Luckily, that's just the alcohol.
And you know, there's not that much time represented in the period of between party till I die. Like he's at a party, he's got that done, and then you know the dying part is not going to come very much longer after that. So the party till I die is a relatively short period. I thought you would appreciate me bringing up your favorite song, TJ.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Twerk. Like it's my last day on this earth. Like the dollar make it work.
I was on Twitter the other day and somebody had posted that video, and I'm like, oh no, it's spreading.
It's spreading. It's really. I did not have much attention when Dark Matter first sent it to me.
I want to apologize to Amanda, who really hates that song, and it's constantly in her head. She can't seem to get it out of her head. So what I do to try to help her is I say stuff like, "I'm an island boy. I'm just gonna island boy.
I'm a island boy. I'm just island boy."
My wife has given me the most evil fucking face you can imagine. She wants to kill me right now.
I can play it right now if you want, but I mean,
that's what everybody wants, TJ. I'm sure.
I do. That one definitely got saved. Trust me.
Cause I'm an island boy and I've been trying to make. Oh, I'm an island boy. I'm a just island boy. I'm a just island boy.
I'm a just island boy. I'm a just island boy.
What? What?
Shit.
How are they gonna turn a noun into a verb? And we're supposed to know what the fuck that means.
Yo, if you can fucking turn your hair into Cheetos, you can do anything, bro.
I guess so.
Bro.
Got fucking antlers coming out of their heads.
Dude, I love like the life choice of like intricate, large, like, look, I have nothing wrong with tattoos or whatever, but like maybe don't get a shitload of them all over your face, and then when you get giant intricate tattoos like at a young age, you're assuming that it'll never, those are like hard to fix kind of tats.
Yeah.
Most of them. So when they get all fucked up and blurry as you fucking age, they're gonna look terrible. Just but live it up. Do your thing, man. I got nothing against you. You're just an island boy. You're trying to island boy.
These fellas have a.
You remember back when remember when our generation was like in the late teens, early 20s, and they told us we weren't going to amount to shit. We didn't look like this.
Look, we are just the old people that are like these kids nowadays.
Yeah.
What is an island boy?
Yeah.
All I know is I want those island boys to stay the fuck off my yard.
Yeah, we're out in the front yard shaking our fists at the fucking car driving too fast at 6 miles an hour.
That's right.
Listening
to god-awful music.
But then you see one of them island girls, TJ. And then you turn into a perverted old man.
Dude, if an island girl starts saying this, she's like, I'm an island girl. I'm a just island girl. I'll be like, fuck off. Get away from me. I'm not interested. That's sorry. You might as well smell like fish sauce. We use a fish sauce at work that is literally the ingredients are anchovies and sea salt, and it's brewed for 2 years.
Ugh.
And then like squeezed and strained into it. Dude, it smells like fucking nasty boo-boo.
Why would anyone even think to do something?
It's like vinegar though, in that it like changes flavor profile when you cook with it a little bit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but man, every time we're making a sauce that requires a bunch of that, I'm like, fuck me, because it's bad enough smelling, but then to fucking put it over heat, it's like, oh man, it's some things you don't want to smell first thing in the morning. I don't want to. I like the smell of garlic. I don't want to wake up in the morning and smell like fucking 10 pounds of freshly minced garlic. I don't. That's not appealing to me. That doesn't. The garlic doesn't appeal to me. Grant,
No.
Can you
nothing?
bar yourself?
No, I could, but I won't.
Shit.
I won't. What are we smoking today?
I wasn't even paying attention much to that last conversation until that part.
Bam, and I'm glad that you
It's
zoned
like the
back in.
worst thing to hop back in on.
Okay, you guys want to take a guess at what I'm smoking?
Flavored tobacco.
I mean, that's correct, but like what it's called.
Hippie lettuce.
That's also close. It's called Upside Down Dreams. Upside Down Dreams.
How does that make sense?
I don't fuck. It doesn't really have to, does it? It's probably a
Dreams.
it's probably a mixture of like upside down cake and pipe dreams or whatever the fuck other, no, that's usually what happens is they'll have a hybrid. This one is an indica.
And you're mixing it with a pomegranate. Pomegranate.
I told you if I ever have my own strain, I would call it cerebral parsley.
Yeah, call it CP for short.
Bro. So so I was reminded of the Family Guy where they're going to do how Michael J. Fox like spilled something on his shirt, but they're like, we decided not to play this bit because of how, and he keeps on going, and it just like gets more and more offensive when they're trying to explain why they're not showing it, and then at the very end they decide to show it anyway. I was like, fucking classic shit. And what was the other thing where they're like, oh, there's like, this is the gayest music video that like that was like ever made. And they just proceeded to show the entire video of, oh God, who was it? It's like, it looks like Mick Jagger and David Bowie. What's the song? Some dance or whatever. Look that up, Dark Matter. Anyway, they just proceeded to show the entire music video. Like they love to eat up time. It's fucking hilarious. All right, let me get this out of here. We're doing pretty good on time.
Dancing in the Street?
Yes. Dancing in the Street. That music
I knew that
video,
off the top of my head.
I'm sure
by
you
the way.
did. I'm sure the gayest music video ever made. Of course you did.
Oh, I mean, no, never mind.
Yeah. Of course, the one thing that you admit to knowing music-wise is like when Family Guy is calling it the gayest music video ever. It is pretty bad. All right, let's keep going. I know I have some more fun ones before we get into the stupid, but I mean there is so much stupid. We're gonna end up having to get into it. What's this one? It's just called Wow.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Justice, you got the framing right?
Got you, bro.
All right,
Full
framing
works.
good?
You.
Love you, boys.
See ya.
Ready?
Bye, guys.
3, 2, 1. See ya.
Bro. That makes my stomach turn.
And his
Dude,
back
gotta-
was to the fucking ground, so.
He's got to turn before he
Yeah.
pulls.
Yeah, but I mean have you guys ever done Dark Matter? You've jumped out of a plane before, but you didn't have a whole lot of free fall, right?
No, it's about like, it feels like about
Chute's
6
already out.
seconds. Yeah, it feels like about 6 seconds of free fall before
So,
the shoot fully.
Honestly, that tower that they're on or whatever, I would have shat all over that if I'm standing there watching this dude just drop like that.
Yeah, I've done bungee jumping. I've done the bungee rocket. I've not done skydiving. Part of that is because I would want to go through the classes, and so because a tandem jump seems really weird for someone my size.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like some really weak midget trying to take you down.
It's hilarious because I've done I went on a cruise when I did the rock climbing, and they have someone there like a spotter, doing the rope or whatever, and they're just holding the rope and spotting people, and they have a little lever, and I walk up and the guy looks at me, and I've got 100 pounds on this fucking kid, and he looks at me and he fucking backs up and like puts the rope or like loops it over a pole so he has extra fucking leverage. I was like, oh, don't drop me, kid. He's like, it's okay. And I actually climbed that whole fucking stupid thing, and I was sore as fuck afterwards. I had to ring that bell though. I was like, I'm not quitting halfway. But yeah, I've done stuff like that, and I've done roller coasters. Like just recently rode the Mako at SeaWorld, and it's like the tallest, steepest drop in Florida or whatever, and you're like weightless for a few seconds there. It's that stomach going up in your fucking throat feeling. This is I get this empathetically when I watch people drop like that. The way he just drops off.
Yeah.
Love you, boys. See ya. Ready? 3, 2, 1. See ya.
We're in a little way. Alright, we're in a little bit of a descent, so you guys get ready.
And where's the fucking chute?
Yeah, he waits to open it.
It's like
they cut it
what's
right
that movie,
before
Point Break.
Point Break, yeah.
Reminds me of that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna open
Now,
it. To
what
you,
if he was
bro.
like you see the shot right here where he, he's about to go back and put his hands on the very edge. What if he like slips doing that?
then you just make sure you pull your
Yeah.
fucking chute. Yeah, that's scary as shit too. Doing that kind of stuff. Doing it with a like a 10-foot fall below you is like, that's scary. Doing it with a fucking however goddamn high. How high would you say that is? Here, I'll pull it up one more time so we can see.
Yeah, I don't think we could judge from that.
I would say he's got to be up at least like
1,500 feet.
Are that much? I was gonna say like 1,200.
Yeah, around there. I mean, it looks similar to that when I jumped. And we jump at 1,250.
Christ, man. And the way he's getting down right here. Fuck off. You show off, son of a bitch.
It'd be neat to do that, like to see, like to hang off, and then see if you could rescue yourself, like if you were ever in that situation, and if you could pull yourself up and save yourself. But, of course, you got your chute on as a backup.
Yeah, but you don't want to, like, go tumbling the fuck off of there either.
No.
That's why
true.
that's super dangerous. Like, if he loses his grip while he's doing that and kind of tumbles next to a fucking pole or whatever, that's a lot different. So that's what makes that kind of ballsy, the way he did that. Dude, I have, like, a fucking cat hair on my fucking nose, and it's driving me crazy. All right, we're gonna get into some of the fun and dumb stuff here. Why not? Here's a Christian swingers wife swap wives for Jesus.
Nice.
See, that's the shit I want to hear about.
Dean and Christy Bray are devout Christians, but they've found an unusual way of.
So I have a feeling
Yeah,
like
I don't
we're gonna
believe
get
it.
fucking copyrighted on this shit for whatever reason, but
spreading God's word through swinging.
If I was a priest going to a
fuck out of
swingers
there's
club,
no way.
would you listen to me?
there's no way. What? You think this is just a kink? Like that they should, or like they should? That it's just a genre of porn that they're trying to get into.
That's what it looks like right now. Like the way this video shot and how they're dressed and all that. It
You
looks
got a
like the
better
beginning
chance
of
of
a porn.
listening to me spreading the word of God. Being another swinger is still a sin. It's just how are you using it?
I feel like right now this is God's plan.
Swinging to me started as a lifestyle, and then
Yep,
it
in
was
Florida.
like, you know what, we can do.
Is that like a similar kind of rabbit that you had to break for earlier, Dark Matter?
Yeah.
Do a lot of good with.
Can I just do whatever I want if I say it's God's plan? Is that,
Indeed.
That's what it sounds like.
It's God's plan for me to have these titty implants. It's God's
Yeah, 'cause she's
plan
got
for
like
me
a-
to freaking wear this mini skirt.
Yeah, she's got too much of a dude figure, man. That's yeah.
instead of, like, let's just have fun with this. I'm getting to people that probably never will even visit a church. What I think about being a devout person is, God's not going to put a line with a bunch of elephants. So what's he going to do? He's going to put a swinger with a bunch of swingers to spread his word.
Yeah, sure.
No, that just proves that you could just make this shit up as you go.
Yeah.
Look,
you put
God
in
wouldn't
it.
put
You
lion
put
with the
God in it,
elephants.
and nobody will question it. So you can just make it up as you go.
Grant, God wouldn't put a lion with the elephants. So, duh.
Yeah, I mean, if God needs, a mass murderer to be in prison to, proselytize to the other prisoners, then obviously God wants you to commit mass murder.
I can preach for fucking 11 days straight if you just, Jesus, give me some Jesus meth. You know what I mean? God wouldn't make meth if if he didn't want me to preach and proselytize for 11 days straight. Christ.
Simple as that.
Today, true to their word, they're talking about the Bible with their latest swinging partners.
People are like, well, you're supposed to be a Christian, but you're a swinger. If all the swingers are sinners, what's the best way to talk to the sinners? To join them, right?
That's exactly what Jesus did.
Yep.
Can't
really argue with that.
Actually, it's funny because he's like, they're gonna talk about the Bible, and I was like, they didn't say one fucking single thing about the Bible. But I guess you could tie it together that way. You remember this verse? None of that. What's your favorite fucking part? None of that. They're just like, some people might be like, how do you do that shit? But I'm like, yo, man, boners for Jesus.
Bible, there are so many gray areas. Yeah, it says, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, but what if your neighbor wants you to?
However, the path to both swinging and religion has been a long one for the couple.
See, wait a minute. Going back to that those are the questions that need to be asked.
Well, you wanted to hear some verses. Okay, how about me versus your wife?
11 years ago, before he met Christy, drugs and alcohol were ruining Dean's life.
Before I got clean, my life was...
Can I say these people are extremely sweaty?
Got that.
The way she looks, so she's playing with her
Living
fingers here.
hell.
The way she looks off there. Jesus Christ, man. What the fuck what color of shirt is that he is wearing? It's like day glow.
Highlighter.
Yeah, like
highlighter.
Day glow fucking yellow.
This whole image it looks like a canary threw up.
Even the fucking painting in the background is weird.
The hair matching the couch.
I just noticed that.
Yeah, this just looks.
I got down on my knees and I prayed to God. I'm like, please help.
As well as finding God, Dean also found exercise, often combining the two.
Same color shirt.
How do you combine God and exercise? I don't. Oh, he's doing the cross right now. I get it. I got it.
Almost every time I go to the gym, I talk to somebody about God. So.
Oh, he's that annoying motherfucker. Keanu.
Yeah, you're trying to work out, and this guy comes over and says,
"Have you heard the good news? Need a spot?" And then you're trying to work out, and he's fucking trying. Oh, jeez, get out of here with that shit, please, please, please. Like, that's the most annoying shit. Imagine that anyone doing that for any other religion, and you would be like, "Oh, that's annoying." Yeah, well, it's the same for you, buddy. It's the same for you. It's not different. You're entitled to your beliefs. Don't annoy people. Some fucking pink-haired buff swinger, like, trying to fucking proselytize or fucking, swing with me. I'm like, no, thank. Just let me work out, buddy. Thank you.
Amanda wants to know if his nipples really are the same color as his lips. but his lips are covered right now.
Until that.
Someone get the eyedropper tool.
Did someone say the eyedropper? Did you want me to do some eye drops?
Yeah, TJ, and a bunch of gummies.
Yeah, remember the last time? God, that was crazy. I'm going to skip that since I'm running the show. I want to be in one piece here.
That stops. I'm going to keep going to the gym.
Dean married Christy in July 2007. The two share their faith and love of working out.
Love of faith and working out.
But swinging wasn't initially part of their relationship.
It wasn't part of their relationship, innit? Boy. Pip, pip, cheerio.
This couple came up to me and asked if...
What's
even
up
the
with
teddy
this
bear.
Is fucking
Even
day
the damn
glow? Yeah, God, what is his obsession with that color?
Being around those people would hurt my eyes.
I'm kind of late, but why would they ruin Jeep like the way they're doing right now?
Oh, I knew those people. I could tell immediately those are Wrangler people.
I'm
just glad they're
killing me with this shit, man.
I'm surprised it's not a four-door Wrangler. They seem like those type of people. Or even one of those fucking ugly-ass gladiators. Ugh.
Thank you.
Obnoxious. Obnoxious.
Thank you. But at the same time, there is that possibility for the four-door Wrangler since there's 4 of them on that pink couch. In front of a pink wall.
Look, the four-door Wrangler's not too bad. I'm just saying, like, compared, like, if you're a true, you know, if you want it for aesthetics, then fine. If you're actually wanting it for, you know, what a Jeep is meant for, then it's got to be the 2-door. And it doesn't need all the fucking bells and whistles either. Just needs some good fucking, maybe a little lift kit and some good fucking wheels or, you know, tires on it. Maybe a good winch on the front. That's all you need. One of those old fucking, you know, Tonka-looking motherfuckers. I love that shit. That's the good Jeep stuff. All right, a little more.
We swung, and I used to dance all the...
Don't get a fucking Hummer. If you're gonna get a Hummer, you got to get like the true military, like not the fucking dealership Hummer.
They cost too much.
Yeah, and they don't get very good gas mileage either, but still.
Well, mainly because they don't use gas.
Well,
no, it's crazy because that's what I did when I was in the Army, was work on those, and they are actually pieces of shit. They really are. So getting a Tahoe that looks like a Hummer is probably your better bet.
Dude, just don't get those things.
What are those new Army trucks that came into service after I was out? Like, I've seen those around a couple times.
When did you get out? Like late 90s?
Yeah.
The LMTV came in like 96, 97.
I don't remember that.
The front cab like folds out so you can get access to everything. Huh. But then the more recent ones are the MRAP.
Yeah, that's. I think I'm aware of both of what you're talking about. I think I remember the way that the first one you were talking about kind of looks like a fucking truck almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
yeah, we're talking about military vehicles on a video about Christian swingers.
Yeah.
That's,
well, they had a Jeep, and that's
how we do things here.
Isn't it true that Jeeps were originally, you know, developed as a general purpose vehicle for the military, and that's general purpose, they called them GPs, and eventually just shortened it to Jeep?
Exactly.
So,
yeah, they used to show up in a crate, and you can put them together on the spot.
Mm-hmm. I remember watching videos of them fucking testing them out, and they were like breaking the necks of these guys, doing like fucking whoopties on the you know, these poor fucking guys, you know, and then
we didn't really have like suspension technology back in the 30s and 40s.
They were fucking shot out, dude. It was bad.
Shock absorbers? What the fuck was that?
Yeah. Those things are tough as fucking nails, though. And easy enough to work on in the field, you know? So, let's finish this shit off.
Time, so I thought they were talking about East Coast, West Coast swing. I mean, I had no clue what swinging was.
And their first swinging experience came as a surprise for Dean.
I came home from work one day, and she happened to have a female friend there. And I get in the showers, you know, start showering after work, and next thing I know, they're both in the shower with me.
Sounds like a bad porno.
That's what this whole thing is.
Oh my god.
You know, I didn't know what was going on.
But soon the swinging lifestyle became a
He didn't
part
know
of their
what was
marriage.
going on.
The Bible doesn't talk about swinging specifically. I just feel like as a married couple, you agree on something together, then it's okay. If it's not, then, like I said, Judgment Day, I'll find that out.
And also I'll ask maybe, hey God, are you interested in maybe a little three-way?
Yeah. What about that part where her opinion don't mean shit?
Yeah. We agreed on it, though.
God, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. I mean, they have a three-way going on.
For
Now they've
thousands
set
of years.
Yeah.
up a website to help connect with more people.
If I could go to the next Swingers event and get 10 people to believe in Christ, my job's done.
And they've recruited help running the site from close to home.
Working with my mom on a sex website, it is a little different. I am not currently involved in lifestyle. It's never a non-possibility.
So there's porn. Like they make money with a
That's-
porn site.
That's what it looks like. And
with
they
my other
have a
half.
pink teddy bear on the desk to match the pink
But you
walls
have to
and the
develop
pink
certain
table.
rules and you have to get...
So fucking obnoxious.
So if someone says like, "Oh God," when they come or something, then does that count? As-
It's just when you click on compilations, it's just porn, like clips of like oh God, oh God, oh God, over and over and over, all those different bits, and like praise the Lord, Jesus Christ.
to
Look at the picture on the desk. It's the Jesus is like holding the dude up,
Yeah,
right?
I don't think this is fake.
point where
No.
you're both trusting on many different levels.
Now they've found their vocation. Dean and Christy plan to keep going till God tells
They
them
consider
to
this
stop.
a vocation?
So far today, God
Working hard at life, bro.
hasn't said, "Hey, Dean, stop this. It's a sin."
Up till now, God hadn't said don't keep boning all these broads. So, what am I? Who am I to not keep doing it?
That tells you everything when you can just warp anything to do it in the name of God. Totally negating like 300 years ago, they'd be fucking burned at the stake for doing this type of shit.
Yeah, but even if you go even further
It's-
back,
it-
they had fucking concubines and shit like that. They had all kinds
Yeah, if you were
of different.
if you were in power, yeah.
Yeah, if you could afford it.
Dude, I know I want a concubine.
Oh,
It just sounds cool, right?
yeah. I was like, it was what was it? Oh, in Dune, she was the concubine.
Right,
And I was like, I haven't heard that term in a while. All right, let's wrap this one up real quick.
I don't want you to do this.
Yep.
Till he does that, I'm gonna keep trying to help as many people as we can.
Yeah, I bet.
In his
Well,
name.
I mean, they're gonna get into heaven because they believe. So, then that's all you need.
Oh, they believe deeply. Real
about-
deep.
About an extra 7 inches worth.
All right, it's break time. When we come back, we're gonna get into some funny but facepalm worthy shit, and then the third hour is just gonna be the over the top what the fuckish stuff.
Yeah.
So stay tuned, everybody. We will be back after these messages. right, we are back. What's up, everybody? A reminder that Streamlabs, of course, is still open. I don't believe we've gotten any yet. I don't think I missed
Way
any.
to throw a guilt trip out on everyone. Jesus.
Well, I'm just saying. I'm making sure that we have not, in fact, gotten any. Nope. None so far. So get in on that shit. You know we love them. We appreciate them. We love you guys. All right.
Yeah, where's like Saint Chef to drop you the 50?
No, it's been Armac, Crampaw. He's the freaking. He's been the master. All right. So, that out of the way, I did have a couple things that are really interesting, I guess. I will start off with, well, I guess we'll start off with this one. We're gonna.
That was the game the other night.
Yep.
Yeah.
The smile, and then.
Dude, she's just as orange as he is now.
If not more so.
I wonder if she's going to get in trouble for that.
I hear that she doesn't even like stay with him. That she goes to the spa like twice a day or some shit. That's what she spends all her time doing. Whatever. They're just such. And he also was like claiming that he got invited, but then they came out and said no, he requested the tickets and to be there. And they put him like way over. Like they didn't put him behind home plate, which is kind of customary for, you know, figures like that. I just think it's fucking funny. She's always. But she don't like.
Well, just think, Ted Turner owns everything Atlanta, so you know him and Ted Turner don't really get along too well. So
yeah,
he probably put him up wherever the fuck he
Trump
felt like
saying
it.
fucking boycott baseball like not that long ago?
Yeah, with baseball.
But wasn't it because they
Black
fucking
Lives Matter campaign?
Yeah, what didn't they move the venue from Atlanta? And he was pissed about that to somewhere else for one of these fucking games.
Oh yeah,
All-Star game or something.
Yeah, it was because there was an election and it didn't go a certain way, so people boycotted, and Major League Baseball had actually moved the All-Star game to Colorado.
And here he is.
And there was I remember seeing a lot of games where the crowd was chanting "fuck Donald Trump,"
yeah.
And now and they was like, oh, that's so disrespectful to American president, no matter who it is, Republican or Democrat. And now their big thing is "Let's go Brandon." Everywhere you look, they're like pounding the "Let's go Brandon" drum till you're fucking deaf.
And here's Trump and Melania doing the chop. By the way, that is like
there's like no fluid. There's like no fluid motion when he does it. It's all like stiff.
Like he dances like all like jerky and shit. And look at Melania. Her version of it is all wrist.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so awkward. It's just going like this with your fucking... By the way, I'm an FSU fan. I've done the chop a ton of times. In fact, it went to... I believe the history is it followed Deion Sanders, who played FSU football but also played baseball. And when he went to the Braves, the chop followed him there. And, you know, it's whatever. It's really not complicated. If you went to a Doak Campbell Stadium, like an FSU game, and the chop gets going, the entire stadium is doing it, and in unison. Like people, like if you can't do that, what the fuck is wrong with you?
At the way the Braves do it now, they'll turn the lights out. Like in between innings, they'll turn the lights out, and everybody turns on the lights of their phone and starts doing the chop.
Oh,
it's actually a pretty cool sight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's there's like the Gators do the chomp, like that's their thing, and they all have their whatever.
Yeah, it's not that complicated. You don't have to be so stiff in doing that.
No,
shit.
and for for Florida State, when fourth quarter was coming around, everyone like just freaking hold up their like 4 fingers or whatever. There was a bunch of weird like little rituals for the games, but it was totally fun. Yeah. It was really.
I'm sorry, I can't participate in this conversation, or I'll have Trump derangement syndrome.
Oh yeah, naturally. It's just weird. Everything about it is awkward. They don't know how to do simple shit. It's like robotic.
Yeah.
It's really, I don't know. It's not that big of a deal as far as I'm concerned. It's just weird. All right. And by the way, if you do Streamlabs and I miss it, please just let me know in the chat so these guys may see it.
Give me your money,
money, and my chicks for free. Here's the woman claiming to be silenced by CNN on CNN.
You say we're not allowed, we're not able. Who's the people stopping the conversation? Who are they?
People that work at networks, frankly, like the one I'm speaking on right now, who try and claim that, it.
You say we're not allowed, we're not able. Who's the people stopping the conversation? Who are they?
People that work at networks, frankly, like the one I'm speaking on right now, who try and claim that, it.
Got him. We're not having a conversation right now.
You literally just gave me time to answer your question, and I did it by saying, you're not allowing me to answer your questions, or, you're not allowing me to speak. Your network, I understand if you're, let's say you're a guest on Fox News, and you use a moment to be like, you don't properly convey, the other side's message or something like that. I get that, but to don't be like, you guys are silencing me while you're on the show.
And over talking the host.
Yeah, Jesus. All right. Funny, haha. Deleted. Next. We're staying away from that for a minute. Okay, here... This one I appropriately titled Cuckoo for Poo Poo.
Look at me covered in feces. I am just so gorgeously covered, caked in feces. Look at that. Isn't that something? Isn't that beautiful? And I do this to glorify God, to put my ego into remission. Look at that. Isn't that something? Wow.
What kind of shit? I've got to know what kind of shit.
Oh, see, that's what I mean. If you put everything to the glory of God, it is all acceptable.
Yep.
Cover yourself in shit for the glory of God. You couldn't find anything else to do in the name of Christ.
I've seen this brought up before. There was that crazy Kevin Swanson guy who's like, the movie Frozen, he said he was going to protest it by covering himself in cow dung in front of, and I remember I called it what is it, crazy religious, what is it, bullshit covered in bullshit. That's what I called it.
And there was that one video.
How to train your dragon.
Yes.
There was that one video of that pastor that slammed his hands down in dog shit. And lifted his hands up and was like, "This is what your works look like to God." Why? What is their obsession with shit?
I have to know if this is human or dog or cow shit or horse shit. What shit did you choose to rub all over you?
Why is that your number one question?
Well, and she just this gets crazier and crazier.
Oh, okay.
Do you think
she has nice teeth.
She literally, she just says, "Listen to this. Listen, just."
Isn't that something? Isn't that beautiful? And I do this to glorify God, to to put my ego into remission. Look at that. Isn't that something? Wow.
Well, you seem so proud of it.
That's what I was about to say. Doesn't this like blow up her fucking ego?
Yeah.
This is the best part coming up.
You think? Do you think at all? No, you're not thinking, are you?
Dude, she's crazy.
So this is my ego.
The ammonia
It's
got to
so...
her. That's it. Yeah, look at the ammonia's fucking her all up.
This is the way I am, and I love it.
This is what you do right before, like, you know the cops are coming for you. Like, you smear that shit all over yourself.
This is the new, by the way, I'd love to see her Christian Mingle profile. But, yeah, this is from that new website, Shit Talk.
I know some sweaty singles, some sweaty swingers, that could clean her right up. Or actually, it would just turn into, like, this sweat shit, like, frothy mush, like
that's called a Santorum,
between their writhing bodies.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
And it would all glorify God, TJ. I mean, it's all in the name of God and Jesus.
Bro, this woman's gonna reek.
I want to go back in time and tell Jesus in person about the Christian sweaty swingers and the shit-covered lady having a frothy three-way, and he will fucking nip Christianity in the bud right then and there.
It's like, man, if you could only see in the future what people will do in your name.
Yeah, we'll just show him this episode. Fucking show him what is this episode 353 of the goddamn podcast, and that's it. No more Christianity.
Bam. We did it, guys. We did it.
Jesus gets to live to a ripe old age. We'll get way more verses of some other religion, of like anti-Christian religion that, you know, we
the
could all
religion
be
would just
part of.
be cool. You know?
Yeah. Commandment number 11: don't smear shit on yourself.
Look at this tail.
Imagine living with this lady.
No.
Worrying about what she's going to be up to now. When you get up in the morning, you smell shit. It's like, oh, fuck.
Well, I mean, to be honest, at least she's actually doing something with it instead of like storing it in buckets and shit all around the house.
That's true. That's true.
It's like, dude, now it makes sense why you keep feeding me all that fiber. Thanks, honey. It's just like 100 grams of fiber a day. What's all that for? She's like, and don't flush. Ugh. Ugh. Fucking poop people. Goddamn poop people. Cuckoo
Lady,
for poo-poo.
Fucking poop cocky.
I think cuckoo for poo-poo should make it. Should definitely make the title.
Christian swinging, sweaty swingers and cuckoo for poo-poo. try to say that one time fast. Jesus Christ.
Cuckoo for poo-poo and what? Christian sweaty swingers?
Sweaty swingers. Sweaty swingers. This is totally going to be monetized, by the way.
We're going to make a killing. And that we're probably going to get fucking copyrighted for that swingers clip anyway.
Our life's mission is to make money for fucking weirdos on the internet.
I guess that's what ends up happening for the most part. Here we go. Let's do speaking of people like you wouldn't want to fucking live with. Here's Granny doesn't like masks.
Oh God.
You need a severe loss. You need a
the one that needs a mask.
Yeah.
Look at this face.
Just hate. Just pure hatred. You need a severe loss.
Style. You need to get the out of my face and leave me alone because.
Who does it look like is in the other person's face? Yeah.
You are all nothing but the lowest form of military that ever existed in ever. You need to get out of this life. And no, you don't you dare! Don't you dare! Don't you dare! Don't you dare!
She's got like Jack Nicholson eyebrows. You see that shit?
Yeah, go back a little bit there.
Demon lady.
Don't you dare!
Look at that. That's pure Jack Nicholson.
This lady's gonna live to be 138.
Yeah, I'm pure hate. I hate life too much to die. I'm miserable.
She's had her heart rate up the whole time, so.
Yeah. Christ. She's gonna catch fucking the X, version of fucking COVID and end up just beating it, but transforming it and passing it on to a bunch of other people that will end up dying from it.
Actually, I think what would happen is COVID would catch her, and we'd all feel really bad
for COVID.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Poor COVID.
Poor COVID. All right. What do we got here? Get this one more time on the face. Woo!
Jesus Christ. So many wrinkles on her fucking forehead.
More than Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, she probably has to get that trimmed per month too.
Someone needs to toss her into the vat of the sweaty swingers and the poop lady.
Ew. The Santorum vat.
Yep. Toss her in there.
They call it the Santorum sauna. You. All right. Get off my screen, you crazy lady. Speaking of crazy ass people, how about
oh yeah, Cernian, thanks for reminding me about Pat Robertson. Did you know that he retired?
Yeah. Yes, he did.
No more Pat Robertson clips.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm okay with that.
Dude, there's like 50 years of clips.
Yeah, but we wanted to see how low his head would get.
I mean, we'll still see him. I'm sure he'll make appearances. It's his son that's taken over, by the way. So
how far up the top of his ears go? They just keep going. Going.
That man's neck is shrinking, but his ears are growing.
You could have that scene in the beginning of the third Lord of the Rings movie where you see how Gollum comes to be like the way he is. What is it? The Return of the King?
Yeah.
Yeah, where Gollum was like a normal hobbit, and then the ring transforms, and like you could just cut that out and replace it with Pat Robertson clips over the years, and it would be the same movie.
Somebody should do that. Somebody with lots and lots of free time. Here, this is an insane Lyft driver who kicks a dude out on the side of the highway. By the way, this was not a Halloween thing. Like, this was done. I've had this for a while.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why all of that stuff is in there, but
maybe last Halloween.
You can see they're on a highway.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to ask him to go to speed limit is all.
And then he's asking her to go to speed limit because she's fucking flying with the windows down and the sunroof open. And I don't know if the thing there is so she can use the carpool lane maybe. But it looks like there's like an inflatable in the passenger seat.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm gonna go.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
The music blaring, and she just like did you see her just slam on the brakes and pull it like?
Yeah,
watch
like
when she after she reaches for the
limit is all.
I'm saying I'm gonna go.
Oh.
The tires are screeching.
Okay. All right.
The car now.
Well, you're gonna have to open that trunk.
Always
I'm not going anywhere.
Some fat chick screaming every time.
0 to fucking insanity in 3 seconds.
Squealing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, you got. Hey, you're gonna have to open that trunk.
Jeez.
I'm not going anywhere until you open that
The
trunk.
stuff is in her trunk.
Nope. You're gonna have to get my bag out of your car.
She's about to get out.
Now slip right into
I
that
just want my bag, man.
Wait, did
All I
you
want
see
is
she
my
had
bag.
the chest piece up in your seatbelt behind her back?
Oh, she just
Chucked the bag.
What an incredibly unlikable.
Me too.
She really needs to forward focus on her driving.
I was gonna say she should act accordingly. She's not very acting in a, very professional manner. That's not a pun at all. I'm just saying like she's.
You lost it midway.
No, I was gonna keep going with the makes of cars, but I figured fuck it. Yeah.
You think she would ever own a Chevy Cruze?
She's a insane bitch, and if I'd be. What do you do if you get left on the fucking side of the highway?
You call fucking Uber or whoever she's with.
Yeah, but they won't. Yeah, but they won't pick you up on the side of the fucking highway. Like for your replacement, you're stuck out there.
Yeah, but this could be bad for business if they don't do something. If he calls them.
And if it's the other side of the road looks like what that side of the road does that we can actually see, it's nothing but woods. I mean, you have no choice but to walk alongside the road until you get to an exit.
Yeah. The accident I got in was on this like really weird exit that has a lot of like splits and shit, but it's basically a little like, I don't know, 10th of a mile, maybe 12th of a mile little stretch, but it's in between the two roads, so it's really hard to tell people exactly where I was. I had to explain like, no, you're getting off this exit and then you're going up, and then I'm right before you. The split, it's such a pain in the ass. In fact, my insurance, I tried to contact them for a tow truck, and they require you to pinpoint yourself on GPS, and it wouldn't let me fucking select that location. I'm like, great. So,
I mean, all she had to do was not be so cavalier about it.
Oh
Yeah.
my fucking god, this guy. She needs to take a course
Everybody
in
wants
civics.
to be a ranger for some reason.
Oh my god, she needs to take a course in civics. She's not the Optima employee. Stick around. She's got a real stinger. I mean, what do you mean? Keep doing it. Oh, she's terrible, and people like this is why I avoid things like
people.
Yeah,
things like people.
Yeah, but I mean, like, this is a new level of you shouldn't be working for a company. Like, at all.
got it.
Uh-oh.
Right.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. How does it feel to not be special, DM? I sat in the chair. I swear I heard it say, thank fuck it's a ginger Viking, not the bald chaser. My only regret is not dunking my balls on TJ's knee while I swore to. Maybe next time. Yeah, so, but thank you very much, Paul. You're very, very generous, sir. For those of you that don't know, Paul visited me. He was in the area, and we got to hang out for a day. Dark Matter, I took him to the same spot I took you. He said he was in the mood for tacos.
Nice.
So we went. That I fucking loved that spot. The food was fantastic yet again, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. We got pretty baked, and he got to sit in the captain's chair, the commander's chair here, and yeah, he did promise to dunk his balls on my knee, but we didn't get around to that. But it was a lot of fun. We got to drink a couple Yinglings, eat some tacos, talk some shit. Good times. It was great having you, Paul, and thank you very much. You're very generous. And Paul, by the way, is looking friggin' like trim. He's looking good, looking really good. I don't know what the proper term for it is. Looking healthy and fit. So we love you, buddy. Oh, dude, anytime. Yeah, thanks for the tacos. I bought the man like $12 in tacos. It's not the end of the world. And smoked a few. Well, we smoked quite a bit, actually. And then I sent him on his way with some brownies. Take these for later, sir. Trying to repay. I don't know if you guys remember the story, but in Vegas, Paul came to the rescue for me. Because I didn't fly out there with anything, but he rode his bike from Arizona, so he was able to bring edibles and some freaking herb, and so I was able to get good and baked. Thanks to Paul, and it was a lifesaver because I'm not used to going like that long without smoking a little something. Anyway, all right. Thank you again, Paul, and it was a ton of fun. And definitely, next time you come out, we'll make Dark Matter join us. We'll plan it out a little better. All right. So, Insane Lyft Driver, go bye-bye. Well, I guess we didn't quite finish it.
Oh, there's more?
Oh, Jesus.
Shit.
Dude,
yeah, she wasn't Suzuki Swift about it.
Oh, fucking Christ.
And this guy is just laughing about it. I mean, I don't know if I would be able to be so good-natured about it.
I mean, with his bags, too. If he's got to walk, it's with the bags, too.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, what can you do, really? You know, all you can do is laugh at it. As long as he's not in a hurry or anything.
Yeah. Who this lady, the Lyft lady, or poop lady? Like, you got to live with one of them for a week. Who do you pick?
Oh my God. I what a choice. I would have to go Lyft lady.
He thought about it.
Yeah, no, it's because I don't want to say
being
Lyft
with
lady.
the lady in shit.
No, but to live with someone like this that's absolutely flies off the fucking handle all the time is no. That's a no.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell because I mean, like, obviously the poop would be really annoying, but you know, maybe she doesn't do it all the time. You know, like the Lyft lady. I mean,
maybe if you bought enough freaking air fresheners, you've got little like pineapple air fresheners sticking all over the fucking place. Maybe that'll help. I doubt it. Dark Matter. Like you can just like deal with the. I mean, what's she gonna do? Run out of the wherever you are living together when she gets pissed? Go for it. At least she's not pooping in the place that I sleep.
The screaming.
Yeah, whatever.
Good.
I
Like,
can get headphones for
thing.
that. What am I going to do about like shit in the kitchen?
What if you like spill a little bit of salt or something, and then she flies into one of those rages?
Gets all salty about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what they say, Dark Matter. When it rains, it pours. No, nothing. All right.
That just happened to me.
Well, this lady's gonna end up driving for Uber for sure. Lyft is gonna be done with her ass. Oof. All right. All right. Next. Oh, it keeps getting crazier. don't know which direction to go here.
Oh God! So the Atlanta Braves won, and Amanda, you're in Atlanta right now. That must be fun.
Oh, it's gonna be real.
Yeah, everybody's happy. So.
All right, here is. Here's real quick. We'll do Abbott the hypocrite.
If businesses want to limit capacity or implement additional safety protocols, they have the right to do so.
Governor Greg Abbott, meanwhile, has banned COVID-19 vaccine mandates for anybody in the state, including private employers.
It is their business, and they get to choose to operate their business the way they want to.
Guess not.
Words don't mean anything.
No.
Politicians will say whatever the fuck they think they need to say at the time.
The people that vote for him let him get away with it.
Yeah, it's such bullshit. It's and in our collective memory span is just shrinking and shrinking.
Yeah, it's definitely really out of control, and the like blatant corruption is.
Yeah.
There's going to be a tipping point eventually, but I don't think we're anywhere close to how bad the divide is going to get so severe before anything is really done about it. That like the country will truly suffer, and those like in power or with money and wealth and whatever, they won't care at all. That for their own benefit, for a buck, they'll let it crumble. I've had that one for a minute, so I just want to run through that. I've also had this one for a minute. Let's go through that.
What is it with people on airplanes? Why the fuck do people always lose it on airplanes?
Because crazy people got to take flights too.
Jesus,
could it be like elevation and shit like that? That causes something mentally.
There's nature versus nurture, and then there's altitude versus attitude.
Oh, you think you're cute with your little mouth twitch, like, oh, look at that, look at that. I think we lost him finally.
You won't get rid of me that easily. God damn it! All right, let's see. We'll continue this. This goes on for a minute.
He's on something.
I'm convinced TJ didn't pick this video because of his meltdown, but because of his hair. Or
right.
lack thereof.
That's right, bald fucker.
Now! Sit down now! You can't hold us! We're not on the ground, sir. Sit! Yes, we are! We're only grounded! Sit! You see anyone else getting up? Sit! God!
It sounds like they're still flying.
Yeah.
Yes.
You sit down on that seat and you stay. Joe Biden! Really?
Did he say Joe Biden?
I think so.
That's what I heard.
Sit! You sit down on that seat and you stay. Joe Biden! Really? Sorry.
Like, is he having an election meltdown on the plane?
But that's what they think of America. They think that it is a disgrace. I think of America as not
that just happened.
Hey, back the blue.
Not a disgrace. Really? Yeah. Really?
Like he just realized.
Thanks, Joe Biden. Thanks, Obama.
Really? Yeah, you throw fucking tantrums on the plane, and that's what's going to happen. Really?
By the way, I guess they are on the ground.
Yeah, at this point.
Yeah, who knows how far it skipped ahead? It might have started when they were flying. The plane kind of sounds the same, but unless those are the flying cops.
They have to be able to taxi to a fucking gate. I mean, they're not gonna just start letting people on the goddamn inflatable slide.
So if they don't have a what do they call them?
One of those trucks with the stairs.
Yeah, a stairway, or god damn it, there's another term for it. Anyway, if they don't have one of those available, or they're used up, or they have to wait for another plane to board before they can pull in or whatever. Like, that's just the way it is. It sucks. I've sat on a fucking flight for a long time because we missed our window to take off and had to sit behind like freaking 18 planes before we got another window, and it took forever.
Well, I guarantee you, whatever this guy was waiting to do is going to have to wait a lot longer now than if he just sat there and shut the fuck up.
Really? When will they learn? Never. The answer is never. They'll never learn. They'll keep doing this shit. We got a bunch of idiots at a school board meeting.
Oh, they love those.
Oh, what the hell?
Hey, see what time it is? You're late. Cops aren't supposed to be late.
You know, as much these are probably the same people that want to talk about the like entitled people or entitled generation, but look how they're acting right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You got to remember that anyone that says that they're, kids are entitled or whatever, they're from the generation that made it like entitled kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it didn't.
It's one thing to have a good point, because a lot of times they are correct, but then to turn around and just be totally hypocritical about it.
Yeah.
That's
I just think like the to blame a generation thing is like so fucking dumb.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's the dumbest form of generalization.
It's just another form of tribalism that people get into.
Like, I was born during this time frame, therefore, like, everyone in my age group is my comrade. Like, that's not fucking true.
Yes, it's like the planets aligning in a certain way.
Dumb shit.
It's funny we mentioned this because it was like some like holiday dinner at the family's place, and I have an uncle that came up to me and said, I used to think it was your generation that was bad, but I see it's worse now. And I'm like, asshole, don't you remember when people were telling you that your generation was fucked up too?
Yeah. It's the same over and over and over.
Yeah, isn't there like a Socrates quote where he's talking about how the youth are corrupted?
It's just funny because you'll see people complain about like this generation gets
of that. Never mind.
This generation gets participation trophies. Like, yeah, your generation is the one handing them out. You fucking dumbass. Like for the most part, you'll get people shitting on as if that's the entire problem or whatever. It's just really weird. And then you look at like politics, and it's heavily slanted towards the older, and so. It's you can't blame the younger generation for that shit.
No, it's funny you mentioned that today. Like we had our governor's election in Virginia today, and all you see all over social media, and even like people in passing, as you go by them, it's whoever like their guy is. If they lose, the world is ending. And I'm like, you guys haven't gotten past this already? Every 2 years we go through the same shit. Everybody thinks the world's going to end when their guy loses.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, there are differences. like according to who's elected or whatever. But it's not like to the point where it's world-ending quite yet. And especially the governor of Virginia or whatever at this point, it's not going to make that big of a difference.
Apparently, the Republican is winning, right? He's basically won the Virginia.
You know,
race,
I
right?
haven't even checked at all because, like I said, this shit's got me so fucking disillusioned. Like, I don't care because the world is not going to end.
Right.
No matter who the fuck it is.
It's not even going to... The result's not going to change whether you check it tonight or tomorrow or whatever anyway, so...
But my thing is like, it kind of proves that they still do think that the elections work. Like they didn't just it makes me wonder if they really believe that the presidential election was stolen, because like if they have no confidence in the voting in the elections, then why are they still going out there and voting? Yeah, they're going out and voting, and I guarantee you if they did win this, they're not going to question that election. They're not going to want to,
no. But the more they lose, the more they think it's rigged, the less they want to vote. So, that's fun. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy there. But whatever. I mean, our politics is so fucked up. It barely matters.
I completely forgot that we were looking at a video.
Okay, hey folks, due to the sheer number of people that we have here and some concern for safety and the limited capacity that we have in the building, this meeting is being posted. Can you guys let me speak, please?
Don't do it. We had to take off work to come. I know you did that. We took off work, but we know.
This meeting is being postponed. It will be reposted at a later date once the board sees it.
Acting like kids.
Acting worse than their kids.
Yeah. They don't let the man finish what he's saying. They're already screaming.
You're fired.
Like how are
That's
they?
what bugs me. Sorry, go ahead, man.
I was just saying, how are they like? You can understand why they wouldn't want an angry fucking mob coming in there.
Absolutely.
Like if they had just like calmed down and didn't like mob the building, maybe they could have gotten to say what they wanted to say. And
that's going back to what TJ just said. He was mocking him of like, you're fired and shit like that. That reminds me, I can't stand these type of people that think they have that type of control or think that highly of themselves.
Yeah,
these are the same people that'll have bumper stickers on their cars as Congress, you're fired. Shut the fuck up, man. You have no pull by yourself whatsoever. Stop acting high and mighty.
And then they go fucking vote for like Mitch McConnell or some shit.
Right. Actually, that brings up another thing. Like all the commercials that have been played, all the YouTube ads and everything, and like especially here, they talk about Terry McAuliffe, the Democrat. They saying the career politician Terry McAuliffe. Well, what the fuck is your guy then?
Yeah.
I mean, what you think people became politicians just for fun?
It's amazing because most of the non-career politicians are either heavily made fun of or like are just absolutely batshit crazy and suck.
He's inexperienced.
Jesus. You look at people like fucking God, give me an example. Marjorie Taylor Greene or whatever the fuck her name is, like that. Right. Like fresh, inexperienced, not a real politician. Like, yeah, we can tell. We can fucking tell.
It seems like it could go either way. Like, fresh, new face, populist, not a career politician, and then they could spin it the opposite way, like the inexperienced version.
Speaking of Marjorie Taylor Greene or Boobert or whoever the fuck. I want to meet these ladies' husbands. Like, aren't they the group of people that really don't let their wives have an opinion over them?
It's hilarious because you remember like Michelle Bachmann's husband.
Oh yeah, her husband was a total like pushover flake.
And what's the other one? Cindy Jacobs.
Yeah.
Same fucking thing. He's like, our little 4-year-old came out and said, "I rebuke you, Storm, in the name of Jesus." I'm like, holy shit, bro.
And I can't stand that Minnesota accent when Michelle Bachmann talks like that.
It's funny
like
you mention it because
it's like it's just so bad.
I actually have some Michelle Bachmann here. We'll play it next.
Oh no!
You asked for it, you son of a bitch.
No, I did not.
We took out the word.
They don't give a shit about any of the crap you're saying.
Pro cop while screaming at cops.
Yeah, they're just cops. They don't give a fuck about your concerns.
The lady really thinks that they're gonna like read her fucking like stapled together printout from fucking Facebook or wherever the fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. You can see the like and comments tabs right up under the picture there.
Wait, the cop stops her. Wait, how many likes does that have? Okay, come in.
Yeah. Jesus.
Yo, what the fuck is wrong with that blonde lady there?
I don't know.
Where's her husband at?
Watch her.
Like she just started up like all of a sudden. Yeah. See the graph? See the graph? Those are COVID graphs. In the back.
No more what?
No more masks.
Oh.
Yeah. So I mean, they're like printing off COVID memes, and you know, like their graphs are almost always out of context.
Can you imagine just being a fucking somewhat rational, sane, logical person, and your kid goes to this fucking school district or whatever? Like,
yeah.
Oh my god.
This is like
what is
this.
that?
I was just gonna say this does look like the beginning of like a zombie movie where people are freaking out for like an actual good reason. Like the police won't let them take refuge at the school or whatever, and the zombies are fucking coming, or the aliens or whatever, and this is the kind of freak out you would expect, not for fucking masks.
They're just such a bunch of fucking chodes.
What is it? It's a meme or something. It's like it's a 2-picture meme. Like one side is, you know, like actual like scientific research. You see, you know, a lady in a white jacket in a lab, you know, doing stuff, and then the next picture is like anti-vax research, and it's a lady sitting on a toilet looking at her phone.
Yeah. I love that. I've seen the meme also of the lady sitting on the toilet on her phone. It says, "I'm saving the children."
Yeah.
All right. I think this is almost over.
And they're all screaming their breath at these cops here.
All in a big crowd with no mask.
Yeah.
And imagine what their kids are like.
Oh man, their kids are probably fucking embarrassed. Honestly,
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope I hope nobody's proud of their parents when they do shit like that.
Like in my neighborhood, there's like a couple of mothers that have decided to homeschool their kids because, you know, our kids' schools still wear masks, and they're talking about what they're going to do and how they're going to change shit. And I can look at their kids' eyes, and they're just like, "Oh my God, would you stop?"
All right,
Jesus
so
Christ.
I guess we have 2 Michelle Bachmann ones. We'll play this one first. It's kind of old.
In the days leading up to January 6th, we were here praying, walking up and down in the city, walking in the mall, walking around this United States Capitol building. On the morning of January 6th, when all the events were about to transpire, it was extremely cold that day. It was January. We were out here. If you look right behind my shoulder, there's an open area of cement. This is where we were, right here. We had a platform set up, we had a permit, we had a worship band, and we had a number of Christians that were here. I have to tell you, on January 5th and January 6th...
By the way, the miking is terrible.
Absolutely.
Oh, her voice is already grating enough. Get the miking right.
Yeah.
Washington, D.C. was one of the happiest places I'd ever been in. So many people were coming in support of President
Look
Trump.
at her arm. Dude, when she brings her arm out, look at the stuff hanging from her
Places
arm.
I'd ever been in. So
what the fuck?
Harder to hide that than it is the face, I guess.
You know, she was talking about how happy everyone was. So I don't really believe those videos that my eyes saw anymore.
Mm-hmm. It was the happiest place on earth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but
many-
2 blocks away from the Capitol building, you see fucking homeless guys walking the corners.
people were coming in
everybody's happy.
in support of President Trump. So many believers were here. People were witnessing on street corner after street corner. They were witnessing to the gospel of
Dude, that arm is pretty
Her
bad.
fucking arms are killing me, dude.
Jesus Christ. They were holding up banners proclaiming the name of Jesus.
Her other
They were
arm isn't
holding
that bad.
up
It might just
banners.
be the lighting.
No, her other arm was pretty bad.
No,
too.
her other arm is horrible.
It was?
Yeah.
Her left
Yeah.
arm?
Yeah, it was the same.
in support of President Trump.
She hasn't been giving enough old fashions. Got to keep those toned, ladies.
Why? They were supporting him because President Trump was standing for biblical values.
President Trump standing for biblical values, guys.
The thrice married, cheating on his pregnant wife with a porn star, grab him by the pussy.
Gold toilet having.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's him. That's their Christ figure now.
And that's why so many believers were here to support him, because he was supporting biblical values. So it was really,
No, he
I would
wasn't.
say, more.
What?
And she said something about he was supporting biblical values. And I said, no, he wasn't.
No, not even close.
Akin to a family reunion. It was happiness. People weren't angry. They weren't swearing. They weren't.
And then they got riled up.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, she knows she's bullshitting people.
Yeah.
She's got to.
Planning an insurrection. They were
There's
so
video
happy.
of
And they were.
people beating a police officer with an American flagpole.
Yeah.
Yes.
But they were so happy.
They were in prayer, believing that the election results would be the true election results and only would be certified based upon what truly happened in that election outcome. So people of faith were here by faith, asking God through faith for his
Being
true
wrong
election
and
results. That's the
failing,
real
as
story
usual.
of January 6th. In the
Dude, what a complete batshit bitch.
I mean, it's so funny. It's when you get so involved in a business of bullshitting people that you don't even know if you believe yourself or not. You can tell by looking at her.
Let's do one more before we go to break real quick.
Yeah.
Michelle Bachman.
Let it be known that TJ wants to do Michelle Bachman.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah. I love that voice.
It's tough to get much more draconian than we are right now. Quite literally, the government has turned to fascism.
Stop.
That's
Hold
what
up. I can't stand it when, especially, and I don't see this much on the left, but I do see it on the right. They'll learn a word and
Yeah.
they'll use the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
Like they weren't using the word draconian 6 years ago.
No.
But now it's just like every other 4 sentences you'll hear draconian.
I like how for like a solid year, everybody was like intimately familiar with 1984.
Right.
Like all of a sudden, like out of nowhere. It's
Orwell
19
was right.
Yeah. Never heard of Orwell before until, someone else, a bunch of other people started doing
But they only think that Orwell wrote one book.
Right.
Yet if they read Animal Farm, it would be too familiar.
Yeah. They let Orwellian gets thrown around quite
It's
a bit.
Orwellian. That's another fucking word.
Yeah.
we're in. I believe
Big Brother.
we're in a coup right now, which is illegal takeover, illegal hostile takeover of government, and I believe that that's what we're in the middle of. That's my opinion, but
because her
which is
side
kind of a
didn't win,
serious
that's why she's saying this shit.
Who is she talking to? Is it she's talking to someone over the reporter's shoulder?
thing. But when you have government forcing private businesses to fire people because the people aren't complying with what government says, then you're denying people the right to earn a living. In the book of Ecclesiastes, it says, when you deny someone the right to their living, it's the same as murder. And so our government is engaging in probably some of the most horrific actions we have ever seen. If you take all the bad actions
If you take all the bad actions from the
of government throughout the entire history of the United States, and you put them all together, they pale in comparison to what we're seeing now.
Are you shitting me? Like that includes slavery, the Civil War, that
Trail
includes
of
the bombing,
Tears.
the fucking
Again, her side
atomic bombs.
Yeah, her side didn't win, so the world is ending.
Like, holy shit.
If you put it all together, it pales in comparison to what we're seeing now. Dark matter. Are you,
Jesus
jeez,
Christ.
absolute
What a
batshit
fucking-
bitch.
Like they can't just make a little bit of an argument. They have to like go hyperbolic to the extreme. Only you don't even know if they think they're being hyperbolic. Like they could be serious. Like she's speaking as if she's serious.
Yeah, going to the like complete extreme and using all the right words.
Like, oh my god,
draconian.
Oh,
we haven't had anything draconian in hundreds of years.
That reminds me. I wish I could remember the exact exchange, but somebody mentioned a line from Animal Farm. It was, some animals are more equal than others, and someone got pissed and it's like, that's Orwellian. Like they didn't know that was
duh.
They didn't.
See, that's what I mean.
Maybe they were one step
1984,
ahead
that's
of
all
you,
they know.
Dark Matter. Maybe
Yeah.
they were one step ahead of you.
And see, they didn't even read 1984. They looked up quotes from 1984.
Yeah. Not even the fucking Cliff Notes. All right.
Not even.
Very unique time. So people shouldn't think they're crazy when they're looking at current events and wondering what's going on. This really is the absolute worst times.
The absolute worst times. This is
It's
the
the
worst times.
Whenever a Democrat wins, it's the end times.
It's
we're
the worst
there.
times. Yeah,
Dude,
And
Donald
remember
Trump
when
was
Trump
her
was
fucking.
president?
Their savior was Donald fucking Trump.
Yeah, I remember when he was president. It was the best times. It was the best.
And
times.
a lot of them were against Trump. They wanted somebody like Ted Cruz. They didn't want Trump at all.
No, but
then when Trump wins the nomination, then he was sent by God.
Yeah, Republicans really do know how to fall in line.
After he said Ted Cruz's dad helped assassinate JFK and his wife was ugly, the Christian thing to do.
Yeah.
Ted
And all the
Cruz-
bashing he did of John McCain.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah.
Ted Cruz is like, yo, you call my wife ugly again and I'll lick your other nut.
Yeah.
All right. Get the fuck off my screen, you crazy cunt.
Gosh, she is nuts.
Yeah, we haven't had her for a while, so.
It was nice.
I forgot how bad she was or is.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Oh.
Sarah Palin has kind of been staying out of things, hasn't she?
Thank fucking God.
Hey, don't mention that
Yeah,
name. 'Cause you've probably
exactly.
got 3 videos of her.
You'll speak it
sorry.
into existence, Dark Matter.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't. I really need to know when to shut the fuck up.
That's correct, you do. All right, we are going to take a break, and when we come back, we are going to get into the really heavy-duty facepalm shit. So stay tuned, everybody.
Wait, that wasn't it?
No, that was the warm-up. Oh, it gets worse.
I thought we were going to get the more like fun, happy shit.
It's happy and fun, but not the way you're thinking. All right, so we will be right back, guys. Stay tuned. are back. Third and final hour. Last reminder for the night that Streamlabs is, of course, still open. Jump in on that shit. Get some. Thank you again to Paul for the very generous Streamlabs earlier. And we will jump right the fuck in it. Oh, hi, Keanu. Hi, Kit Kat.
It's pretty bad. You hear him jump up.
Yeah, he's wanting some loving right now. Oh, there's some good ones here. Here we go. This is Tim Barton spreads his father's lies.
Oh God, this guy is always fucking lying about history. Constantly.
Dark Matter, is that your...
I don't know this guy.
Is that your wire clipping again, Dark Matter?
I don't know. I don't hear it, so it must be.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
It sounds...
Did I fix it?
No.
You know, let me unplug it and replug.
You've had worse nights with this shit. It's not that bad.
It's not too bad, but it's definitely noticeable.
See, whatever you're doing now, you just made it worse.
Oh shit!
No,
See, TJ,
now,
you just
no.
had to say
The
something.
clipping is gone now. He's good. He's good.
All right, I
Whatever,
unplugged it and replugged it back in.
It's good
I mean,
enough.
it's a different wire.
Whatever. It's good enough.
Founding fathers referenced very specific verses as the reason why they were doing what they did. For example, that we have a separation of powers, which was kind of a unique thought at that time, because if you look in Europe under the king, I mean, the king pretty much did whatever he wanted. They said, no, we want to separate powers. And actually, George Washington, Alexander Hamilton, James Madison, John Adams all wrote the reason we needed to separate powers. They said because the heart of man is wicked and deceitful and can't be trusted. Now, I don't mind putting you on the spot because I know you know the Word of God.
Jeremiah 17:9.
Right. They literally quoted and referenced the Bible as the reason we had to have a separation of powers, because they knew what the Word of God taught was true, that we can't trust. If you leave it to one person, well, what if that person's heart goes corrupt in that moment, and then it's just bad for the nation? So we need to have a separation of powers. So there's checks and balances. So if one branch goes bad, the others can hold them accountable.
But if God appoints them all, why does it matter?
And if that's the case, why do you flip shit when, one side gets more than the other?
Yeah, just take it as it is. I mean, if God willed it to be, I mean, that's what God wants. So,
Dude, yeah, I like some fat guy. Man owns a $200,000 car but won't buy a $20 mic wire.
Oh my God.
But here's the point: is
Damn.
there's actually dozens of examples from Scripture that the founding fathers literally quoted the Bible for what they did. And actually, if you read the Constitution and then you read the Bible, you will find phrases that are almost verbatim from the Bible and the Constitution.
no, you won't.
Okay. I was just going to ask, what specific verse is he talking about?
Why doesn't the Constitution explicitly mention anything about Christianity?
Doesn't they literally are reduced to mentioning it says year of our Lord.
What was it?
Or creator.
I think you made a video about it. Said you said that like the First Amendment guarantees our rights to violate like 5 or 6 of the 10 Commandments.
Yeah, because the first half of the commandments are all like restrictions on your freedom of expression.
On your freedom.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad. They really just don't get it.
The problem is most pastors that hold this position have never read the Constitution, and they probably don't know the Bible as well as they think they do, because if they did, they would recognize, right? It was Isaiah where the Bible says that the Lord is our judge, our lawgiver, and our king. That's your 3 branches of government: the executive, legislative, and judicial, right? Like the
What?
There's 3 of them.
That made no sense at all.
There's 3 of these things, and the Bible also mentions 3 things. 3. They're both the same.
So, TJ, come up with like 3 things right quick, and then you can just equate them to the Constitution and the Bible.
Left tit, right tit.
Make it
pussy.
another three things.
The Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
Wow.
It's amazing.
But what about that part where, obey the law of the land?
Oh, that's obviously Christian. Other countries nuts. They don't care. Other countries don't care if you break the law.
Yeah, only in America is stealing against the law.
Oh, murder! It's illegal to murder here, and other countries
They get 2 of the 10 commandments, 2.5 if you count perjury.
Yeah.
And that's it. Out of 10, they're batting a fucking 25%.
And this person's audience doesn't go like, "Hey, man, you're wrong here." I don't really buy that. None of them will do that. They'll be like, "Yeah, he's right."
No, they eat it with a fucking
Never
spoon.
thought of it that way.
They eat it with a big fat wooden spoon, bro.
These were literally the ideas the founding fathers referenced in what they did, and what we said at the beginning. Don't take my word for this, right? Don't.
We won't.
Believe me.
We're definitely not. Yeah.
Dude, that's the quote right there.
Ideas the founding fathers referenced in what they did, and what we said at the beginning. Don't take my word for this, right? Don't believe me. You can get on our website, and we actually have links to those original writings and letters.
Get on the website where I say it there too.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I just noticed this, and I've noticed it with a lot of these, like the younger guys that are doing this preaching type shit. They all have like the same inflections.
Yeah.
Like when he gets a high vowel, like his voice goes up a pitch. Almost like you mentioned earlier, Kevin Swanson does the same thing. They all it's like it was one thing to have like the preacher's fucking tone or whatever, but now it's taken on a whole new thing. They add other shit to it, and they all do it.
Well, we're gonna go to the old school preacher style next.
What they wrote. So when someone says the Constitution is not related to Christianity or Christianity didn't influence the Constitution, it just tells me they don't know nearly as much about history as they think they do, and they probably don't know as much about the Constitution or the Bible as they probably should.
Yeah, and talk to like Andrew Seidel, who's a constitutional attorney and wrote a book on why this is stupid, and tell him he probably doesn't know about the history of the Constitution.
Yeah, with that face right there.
No, he'll that smug ass fucking and he would probably say to a constitutional lawyer, "Well, you don't know enough about the Bible, so you can't really talk about both."
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing because he'll tweak it a little bit, and he could tell you like, you don't know much about the Declaration of Independence because I don't know if you've watched National Treasure or not, but God.
Wall builders.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Go ahead, put it on your in your history, Dark Matter. Tell us. Wallbuilders.com sounds like a fucking construction company.
Yeah. Why don't there be bridge builders?
Bridgeburners.com. All right. God, there's some really good ones. I guess, was it this one? Oh, God.
I mean, all that shit sounded pretty draconian to me.
Your Minnesotans get pretty good.
Dude, you've done Calder right back.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, fuck, dude. You should not have spoken Minnesotan on the show.
Lesson
The
learned.
Lord spoke to me about 4 months ago and said to do a conference on September 11th. Well, that isn't quite as riveting. It's a horrible tragedy that impacted people to the depths of their soul. America was changed forever. But it was a different type of conference than the election integrity conference that just touched a nerve with people. So we started putting this together. I noticed in academia.
Can I just say
really
that those are the most empty bookshelves I've ever seen?
I was looking for something to say about her eyebrows, but you just completely
much of an emphasis. There were no symposiums that I was seeing on September 11th. There may be some now, but I hadn't seen any when we were starting to put this together.
And so we began this process. And one reason why it was intriguing to me is because America has taken a turn. From all of our cultural gatekeepers, whether it is from the entertainment industry, academia, even corporate culture, America is now becoming an anti-view. It is not a pro-America view. It is an anti-America view. And so I noticed
Or maybe
in
it's just
July,
an anti your version of America view.
for instance,
You know,
And she said gatekeeping like it's a good thing.
yeah.
She probably thinks that gaslighting. She's like, well, what else do you do with gas? Of course, I'm doing you a favor by lighting it.
Gotta have that pilot light to keep it going.
Mm-hmm. Right. Otherwise, you get snowed in and the roads are closed.
TJ.
What?
Bitter cold.
Oh, you're gonna be so cold in the snow if the roads are closed, eh?
Here's a riddle for you. You see the hottest chick of your life coming on to you. She opens up her mouth, and that's the voice that comes out. Not just the Minnesotan, but TJ's Minnesotan.
Voice is important to me. All right. We've been over this before where I was like, so it might be cute if they have an accent, but like, a chick with an Australian accent, like, oh, that's cute for a little bit, I guess. But it depends, because if you get in the bedroom, she pulls your pants off, and she's like, crikey, that's a big one.
That's a right snapper.
Yeah, right. It's like, crikey, I'm gonna jump on you like a big old croc. Like,
Why is it getting smaller? Shouldn't it getting bigger?
I don't think you've been feeding that beast correctly. Dude, yeah, take that stinger and just jab it right in my heart.
Or my cunt.
Either or. Yeah, so that would be distracting, to say the least. And I don't know about the thing. Like, I don't know how long I could put up with that. I might try if she's the hottest girl in the world.
So now we've alienated every woman of a whole country that they will no longer. Or I would like to turn it around on them and say, we are probably more challenging than your average man to get to get with. So maybe you should try working on that.
Yeah, here's the thing: is with Michelle Bachmann, it doesn't matter what her accent is; it's going to be terrible. There are accents that are definitely like cuter, I guess, than others. But at the same time, if it's like a really thick, weird accent, that would probably drive me nuts after a while.
Wait, what am I saying that's so disappointing? Everything I'm saying is genius level shit.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Genius level, he says.
Well, I mean, we could say the same for some of these lady politicians, like some that would have like a real deep Southern accent. It just makes it worse.
Dude, like Louis Gohmert, like his accent just helps make him sound like the fucking Elmer Fudd that he is. There's a lot of like accents that are kind of fun. Like the Bernie Sanders accent is kind of fun, right?
Oh, that's the Brooklyn Jewish accent.
Yeah, like that can be fun. But like the Melania accent, not nearly as much fun. Like, he was rich, so we make fuck.
Why is that the one thing Melania always says with you?
Well, that's because like. I went to baseball America pastime and did the chop.
Did the choppy chop.
First I chop, then I shop, till I drop.
He no give credit card, so I make a grimace on camera for all to see.
He says no extra allowance for me. Must wait. This I no like.
Wait a minute, what is she?
Ukrainian, I think.
Is she?
I want to say Ukrainian, yeah.
Or, I don't remember.
Because you're definitely pulling off that full Eastern European there.
Duh. I am doing very good accent. I do this because I am former KGB. That's my favorite knock-knock joke. I know I've told you guys before. I say, knock-knock. And they say, who's there? And you say, KGB. And they say, KGB who? And you slap the ever-living shit out of them. And you, and you say, we will ask the questions. My other favorite knock-knock joke is this one. All right, Dark Matter, start.
Knock, knock.
Who's there? It's hilarious because you don't understand how knock-knock jokes work. If somebody can literally get you to start one.
No, I had one though. I was saying you can.
You can who?
And then what you do is you block the person. This is supposed to happen in DMs. You block them, and then it says you can no longer contact this person. You know.
Oh my God. Womp womp womp. Yes.
Let us. You know that one.
Go away. Go away, Dark. All right, we're finishing. I'd rather listen to Michelle Bachmann.
Biden had canceled the 4th of July celebrations in Washington, D.C. A lot of Democrat governors, Democrat mayors were canceling their 4th of July festivities, all under the auspices of COVID. And I thought, this is very, very strange. There's an effort to cancel not only our voices, but there's an effort to cancel America's history, traditions, and even our holidays and our heroes.
It's just,
and so I was even
not
more
permanently though. It's just extenuating circumstances this year.
But you notice, like, when she's saying all this stuff, she's saying these talking points like she came up with them on her own. And you've obviously heard the same shit from other people.
Dude, this video is titled "God Told Michelle Bachmann to Save 9/11 from Critical Race Theory." All right.
she's a Bobby's mom fucking parrot.
Peggy?
No, Bobby's mom on Bobby's World.
Oh,
Don't you know?
Don't you know? I thought you were saying like a Peggy from King of the Hill. That Bobby.
No. Bobby.
Because she's equally as dumb.
that we were on the right track here at Regent by focusing on September 11th. And one reason why I think there's such an anti-mood toward September 11th is because America was the victim that day. And under critical race theory, whether it's being taught through corporations or whether it's taught through K-12 schools or preschool.
She's hitting every talking point.
Well, that's what I was about to say. How does one go into the other?
She doesn't. She just needs to fucking connect the dots.
Well, I mean, that proves my point of, she's just taking other people's talking points and just trying to spit them out there as her own. She doesn't have them all lined up.
It's all culture war talking point bullshit. Like, they may or may not have any fucking idea what they're saying. They just know that this is what they're supposed to say to get the base riled up. The base doesn't like the CRT, those monitors.
So wait.
Critical race theory.
They're getting rid of 4th of July, right? Which means they're not celebrating the heroes of 9/11, all because critical race theory, because America was the victim, and they don't want to teach that. Like, do you realize that it was Americans were the victim of a lot of the things that they're like? By the way, critical race theory to these people is just teaching that America wasn't fucking perfect and mistreated a lot of fucking races in the past. And still does.
If you acknowledge any of America's mistakes, you're a communist, TJ.
It's amazing because I wonder if they raise their kids that way. Like, they can do no wrong. You see, I love it, therefore it's perfect.
I wonder if they even spend time with their kids because they're so busy trying to do this shit. Trying to be involved in politics and always having their face on the airwaves. It makes you wonder. who is looking after the kid.
I believe she resigned because her poll numbers looked so bad on one of her re-elections. So that's like, and she was like, oh, to save face, she resigned. But God knows she wants the attention.
I'm surprised she actually had any poll numbers at all.
She won more than once.
Polls are
No,
at
a
the
different poll.
collegiate level. Critical race theory says that America is the oppressor nation, and we, the American people, are the bad guys.
Whoa, what is that?
Whoever she's talking to.
America is the oppressor.
It looked like whatever Michelle Bachmann is saying made her puke.
Nation, and we, the American people, are the bad guys, and any
Cut
other
away.
nation is the victim. And so I knew again that focusing on what really happened on that day probably wasn't going to happen. So we pulled together incredible speakers for this to speak the truth, because at Regent University we're committed to being truth tellers and speaking the truth.
Regent University. Yeah, and I would believe that she's actually sitting in one of the rooms at Regent University with those empty ass shelves.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably one of the rooms
That's-
joined to her
no,
office.
She's in the library. Yeah, she's in the student
Regent
library right there.
University. It's right up.
So her reach is that because CRT teaches that America's the oppressor, that's why they want to suppress 9/11, because we were the victim. That's her fucking thought process.
God told her.
And it has nothing to do with the pandemic.
And yeah,
Like,
and it was 4 months ago that God told her this. That's what the whole premise of it was.
why does God only talk to stupid people?
Deranged, crazy, fucking insane people.
I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about at all.
Oh my God. He went on a fucking Bachman tirade.
No, this
one
is not
day.
Bachman this time. This is much
And
more sane.
thou,
What is?
profane, wicked
Uh-huh.
president of my people.
So you just ruminate right
Ivana,
there.
don't say that. It says Prince of Israel. Who do you think Israel is? My people. My nation.
Uh-huh.
My church.
Now, you said it,
He
brother.
said, now that I brought judgment to the land, now I got a message for the president of my people.
Oh,
or the resident
there we go.
of my
Dude, this is like literally
profane.
beyond parody what we're about to watch right now.
If I just heard this, I would not match this dude up with that voice. I'm sorry.
No, absolutely not.
You're really gonna be thinking that in about 30 seconds.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
This gets. The first time I watched this, I didn't watch it past maybe this part, and I was like, whatever. I watched it a little further, and I was like, oh no, podcast material all the way. Watch this shit.
Homosexual loving, abortion loving president. Those that took the children and
What is it?
Who's he talking about? Biden?
Mm-hmm.
Biden's not gay.
He's a homosexual loving.
He's
gay
loving.
Because he doesn't oppress gay people.
That's correct.
Okay.
Accused them about who they were. You profane president.
Yeah, before he did that, I was just gonna say he kind of gives me like that old school wrestling, like Dusty Rhodes vibe.
Oh, it's gonna go way in. It only gets better.
Whose day is come when iniquity shall have an end. When a man will rise up to make America great again, oh God, to make America God's again,
to make America. Oh, that's what he said. I'm going to stop it.
You know, I've said this before, but I wonder if in Trump we're witnessing the creation of a new religious figure in like real time. Like, I wonder, like, in 500 years, 1,000 years, if he's going to be seen as like a religious figure.
He already is.
Well, but I think what he's getting at is, like, Trump is going to get looked at as that religious figure, but I don't think he's set out to be a religious figure like the ones of the past were.
Like, I'm talking like biblical level religious figure.
Right.
Like a prophet.
Oh, man.
Dude, all right, so
I know what you're
this
getting
is
at now,
pointed
yeah.
out because he just said, I'm not going to stop it, but he immediately stopped it for a second there. Hold on.
That's what he said. I'm going to stop it. Thus saith Yahweh. Now I want you to go down there and remove the diadem out of that fake president's hand.
All right. Now, you just used a word that your audience has no idea what the fuck that means, right? But you're in the middle of a song. What do you do?
You make a song, a definition, a verse, a definition verse.
Do you know what a diadem is? A diadem is the symbol of your authority, your fake authority. It's a symbol of your power. He said, after I get done, I'm going to send my spirit to take away the fake authority, the fake diadem. Your day has come.
And what happens when none of this shit goes down? Like when Biden is still president.
Well, he'll be
2024.
He'll be singing a different tune then.
All this shit will be forgotten, is what will happen.
Yeah, there'll be none of this. I've said this before. No, it'll be a whole different angle.
I don't know how this guy can't be hoarse after these things.
Well, it's like being a singer. You have to work it up.
Yeah, I mean, Christ,
And once you
he could sing for AC/DC if you wanted in like a cover band.
He's got that Brian Johnson.
If he's like,
Hell's bells. Hell's bells. I know there's sin in the
Imagine if this
land.
guy did something good like that instead of this. Like, he could have been a great. He could have been one of the greats, right?
Yeah, if Bon Scott were religious. You know?
And I know there's iniquity. I'm going to send a little judgment to wake my people back up. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to take back that fake diadem you've been holding over my people, saith the Lord.
So Hillary got the lady screaming at the sky, and they went like just full-fledged fucking religious tantrums, screaming, like organized, just the most pathetic cope imaginable because of a fucking election, a presidential election, what they lost. Like, they were going on and on about red wave this, red wave that, and it's embarrassing. They lost.
Mel Truck in the chat, he put thunderstruck. That'd be funny if he actually said that. And like in the middle of his thing, he would probably sound just like fucking Brian Johnson with it.
That's right.
You've been thunderstruck.
Down, down, down. And then the fucking keyboardist nails it. He's like, down, dang, down, down.
I was shaking at the knees.
This is down, 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 down. Oh, great shit.
But God said, I'm just getting started. He said, tell them, not only are we going to remove the diadem, but we're going to take off the crown. You've been wearing a fake crown, Ronald McDonald. You've been wearing a fake election and a fake crown. And you've been strutting your stuff with Kamala by your side, Jezebel herself.
This
You've been
church
walking
needs
among
to
my
have the
people
shit taxed out of
as
it.
if to say, nanny, nanny, boo, boo.
They should send
This-
someone from the IRS that can sing really well.
Yeah, this is not. This is.
And I say hello on to you. You owe about 77 grand in back taxes.
You are being audited.
This ain't no 501c3.
Uh-huh. You've been bankrupt. Don't. Yeah, it's
You didn't catch me.
but they will soon.
You've been strutting your stuff among my people, saying, where is your God? Why didn't he stop us? Why didn't he turn it around? He said, I want you to hear me and hear me well. Enjoy your crown. Enjoy your diadem.
Oh, she's into it.
He's just speaking for God now.
Yeah,
Like-
and the keyboardist gave up on him. He's like, fuck this. Yeah.
He knows exactly what God wants.
It's amazing how that works.
Yeah.
Because when I'm through correcting America just a little bit, when I'm through letting her have the president she deserved, you tell them, hold on, because I'm coming to take your crown off of your head, you profane president of my people.
All right,
The way they
stop.
still think of the president, as wearing a crown.
All right. Now, I'm going to sound pretty bad here, but we all know, the three of us here and most of us in the chat, we know that lady had a drug-fueled past and she was going from corner to corner, and only about a year ago, she found Jesus, and now she's all up in the front.
Mm-hmm. Her with a bald husband, it's a guarantee.
Oh.
Are you talking bad about Mrs. DM?
No, that's not at all what I said. But how much drugs was she on when she agreed to marry you?
None.
Yeah, I don't believe that for a second.
Wait, who was it that made the joke years back? I think it was you, TJ, that said something about her drug dealer might have been named Jesus.
Yeah, whenever she says I'm looking for Jesus or whatever, I'm like, it's her drug dealer's name is just Jesus. Those were some classic lines. I had some good ones back then.
No, Pale Blue Mama, that wasn't shaming sex workers. Who said I was saying she was working?
Yeah, she was pro bono. Or pro boner.
Pro boner. No, like, whatever. Go do your thing, sweetheart. It's just it is amazing how many people with really checkered pasts like flock towards this kind of shit. I think is his point.
Yeah.
Somebody say, take off that crown!
It's a very small congregation.
God.
Take it off! You don't even look good wearing it!
Yeah, that's a pretty empty congregation there.
Yeah.
Bro.
I mean, what? There's got to be something of like this congregation. They get up on Sunday morning, like, look, I'm not really feeling too hot. I kind of feel like shit. Kind of worked hard in the yard the day before, and I don't want to go to a church where I'm getting screamed at for an hour
about politics.
Yeah.
And fucking empty promises just to make you feel better about losing.
Yep.
There's a couple motherfuckers in the front with like recliners. Jesus Christ.
Those are the elderly.
Those are the top donors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, they pay for those seats, TJ.
Yeah.
Christ almighty. Yeah, fuck doing that.
They're going straight to the front of the line in heaven.
Oh yeah. Right up front of the pearly gates.
Imagine somebody that wants to, like, you know, someone's want to find a new church and they just want to do their Christian thing and they getting screamed at about politics.
Yeah.
Like, good Lord.
But they'll be the first that will actually get like kicked out of a church when they say, "Hey, you know, I don't come here to hear about politics. You know, you're supposed to be giving me a better understanding of the Bible, but yet you're telling me where I should vote, who I should vote."
Yeah.
And that's precisely when the Lord will speak through him. You don't want to hear what the Lord has to say.
Oh well, the Lord doesn't.
Well, you're just being defiant.
The Lord does work in mysterious ways, though.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
It's a whole right-wing watch hour.
Watch this shit.
Roger, there is no one, I would say, other than President Trump, that has been attacked as much as you have been. When you see what they were able to do to you, and if it weren't for President Trump being in office to give you the pardon, and now you see where we're at now, after this stolen election and the injustice we see after January 6th, where do we go from here?
Well, first of all, let's be very clear.
What? First off,
God
I
himself
don't know who
gave-
this guy is to be
Is that
criticized
Roger
or attacked more than Trump. Is that Roger Stone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch this shit. Listen to this.
God himself gave Donald Trump the strength and the courage and the wisdom to pardon me.
What a douchebag! Imagine
You can't
thinking so high of yourself.
Yeah, way to show fucking gratitude for the guy that pardoned you.
The creator of the universe told him to do it, Grant.
And they clap
man.
for that shit.
On the morning I was arrested, at 6:06 in the morning, the night before I'd fallen asleep reading the Bible, and when I heard the pounding on the door, I looked down.
What a load of bullshit.
Yeah.
Is that true, Amanda? Does he really have a Nixon tattoo?
Does he? No.
That would be classic. The other president to be impeached tattooed on his body.
That's fucking great.
The Bible was open to the Psalms. 16:8, I will not be shaken. Pastors like Mark Burns and
basically, like he exalts himself as God in that sense. So if he says, God says, I will not be shaken, so he takes that like as himself, I will not be shaken.
He's God literally gave Trump the wisdom and strength to pardon Oliver Stone or Roger Stone, sorry.
Wait, some fat guy says that he has a back piece of Nixon.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Reverend Franklin Graham and Pastor Randy Coggins and Bishop Leon Benjamin and so many others told me to put my faith in God and that the Lord would deliver me, and he has delivered me from my persecutors.
Your
Man.
persecutors.
This is fucking hilarious. The grift is so fucking hard. The grift is, and there's so many idiots out there to fucking eat it up. Good God. How embarrassing. I guess you're gonna fucking love this, Dark Matter. Oh man. I got a twofer here. These might turn into last nerves here, but they're fucking fantastic.
Do you find
Oh, here we go.
any errors in the Bible? And
All through it.
That's a kind of a
loaded question.
I'm just going to say this is a loaded question.
Are we almost done here? I mean, no.
That's the question that this generation is asking.
One second. Now I'm not.
The errors.
Yeah,
that's good.
But we got to get.
That's the question this generation is asking. Previously, we just didn't ask any questions.
You know, like biblical scholars will point to a plethora of errors all throughout the Bible, like believing, like Christian biblical scholars. This is common knowledge. The Bible is full of errors.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why they pick and choose which ones to follow.
It's extremely common for, you know, the errors have been pointed out over and over and over and over and over and over again. But they'll make excuses no matter what.
Yeah,
so
off the narrow path. But I'm not talking about King James translations and things like that have errors in them. They all have
The different
translations.
Oh,
have
okay.
errors in them.
Okay.
But
Let's see what he's talking about.
The overall truth of the Word of God, have you found that it's truth?
Absolutely. The thing is, I believe people have tried to
What's he going to say? No.
dilute that in some of the translations.
Right.
But the fact of the matter is, the Bible says that's why it's written here a little, there a little, precept upon precept. The thing is that people have tried to dilute that, but they can't. They don't know enough about the Word of God to even dilute the truth.
Wow.
And so it's very important. They've taken out words, they've substituted it. I've even heard of like an LGBTQ Bible and things like that. So the thing is that if you want a Bible, a lot of people are asking, which Bible translation should I go with?
Right.
I would go with King James Version, New King James. I would stick with them, maybe a New Living Translation or something like that. But if you stick to some of these versions, that'll get you to heaven. You can take the truth from that. Now, I could take some of the diluted versions and still get you to heaven from that and teach the truth. But the fact of the matter is that once you know the overall concepts of the Bible, so the thesis of the entire Bible is your relationship with God and your relationship with your fellow man.
That's it.
And it is as important to God that you have a good relationship with your fellow man as it is with him, because he said in the New Testament that if you don't forgive your brother, I won't forgive you.
That's right.
The question was, are there errors in the Bible?
It turned into a sermon.
Yeah, but wait a minute. He was talking about, basically being cool with others, right? But he mentioned a LGBTQ Bible in a negative sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to be cool with people as long as they're not,
people you don't like.
You don't understand, Grant. The rules apply to everyone else.
Right. Not us.
And so it's very important that God knows that you have a good relationship with your fellow mankind, and as much as with him, because it can impair your relationship with him if you don't have a good ship. So if Mondo offends me and I'm not willing to forgive him, God's going to say, well, Dave, okay, but the next time you want forgiveness, I'm sorry. The Bible says if you come to the altar and you want to pray and you need forgiveness, but you know that your brother has aught against you, you go to him and you make that right. Then you come back, leave your gift at the altar, go to him, make it right. Mondo, I'm sorry. And then come back and you will be reconciled and I will forgive you. So it's very important. So the overall concept of the Bible. Now, we talk about prophecy, we talk about a lot of different things, but the fact of the matter is that the Bible is simply man fell away in the original sin, and it's God's redemptive plan back to him, reconciling people back to him so they can spend eternity with him. Amen. That's the concept of the Bible.
What? I want to send in the sweaty Christian swingers onto this guy's wife,
right,
and see if he can forgive them.
Yes.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
I was just about to say something of that sense, like if you see like two dudes kissing and that offends you, are you willing to forgive that person?
Dude, I'm just now noticing that somehow we have 26 dislikes on this fucking stream.
How did that happen?
I don't fucking know.
Well, because we had to axe off a few people in the comments.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. I don't know where they came from. Oh well, whatever. Give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down. It really doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't.
Still gets the word out.
Yeah, someone will see the ratio and be like, "This must have been a crazy episode. I'm gonna watch it."
It's the Trumpers.
Oh, maybe they got butthurt. It really doesn't matter to us. You're not hurting anyone's feelings here. We're not little children here.
It's rigged.
It makes you want to go back and see like at what part or what were we covering that brought those dislikes?
It's probably because, when I'm talking, and then like TJ cuts me off or something, and everyone wanted to hear what I was going to say. So obviously they're going to downthumb the video.
Yeah. Oh, maybe it was Island Boy. Island Boy. All right. I'm done listening to this fucking dipshit. Get off my screen. All right. You want to know the difference between secular and progressive fundamentalism?
Can you explain the difference between secular and progressive fundamentals? The fundamentals between the two?
Fundamentalism has a bad name, and this is the thing about psychological operations in American warfare. They always look for what's the best language to use. So rather than spending $3.5 trillion on debt, it's investing $3.5 trillion on infrastructure. And they work out what language.
Oh my God.
Who cares?
So obviously, and it's the same. He's doing the same thing though. Because if it. By the way, like all countries operate on fucking debt. Like their governments all do that, and it can definitely be out of control, and that's a problem or whatever. But having shit infrastructure across the country is also a problem. So got it. If prayer worked, you could pray that bridges didn't fucking need maintenance or replacement. But it doesn't, does it?
Is the most effective, and then the politicians have scripts given to them. It's like psychological manipulation. So what happens in all these areas is the progressives and the secularists, they used to make fun of the Christian fundamentalists, but they are actually fundamentalists, meaning that...
This is Lance Walnew, or however the fuck you pronounce his last name. This guy's such a fucking chode.
They're intolerant of anyone that isn't conforming to their faith. The difference between secular fundamentalism
That is
and
the most
progressive...
ironic thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. No self-awareness
Yeah,
there.
they just don't, own a mirror or some shit.
Right.
Fundamentalism is the difference between Al-Qaeda and the Taliban. There is none. They're both fundamentalists, and they work together with their hatred of Western civilization.
Wow.
What?
Why do the phrase like the woke movement, cancel culture, and social justice sound so appealing to the younger generation?
Well, when Jesus went into Jerusalem, there's a great promise here I think we need to grab a hold of. Jesus goes into Jerusalem, and he's riding on the colt, the foal of an ass that has never yet been ridden. In the King James, it says. So this
sounds kinky.
Yeah.
Donkey show type shit.
It sounds like maybe all of a sudden the Christian swingers jump in, like you see them in the background there.
It's just another way of saying Jesus jumped on that virgin ass.
Mm-hmm.
This would be a young donkey that has never yet been broken in by a human being. Meaning,
what?
Nice.
Let me hear that one more time. One more time here.
Human being. Meaning, Jerusalem, and he's riding on the colt, the foal of an ass that has never yet been ridden. In the King James, it says. So this would be a young donkey that has never yet been broken in by a human being.
That should be a fucking Streamlabs. So he comes riding in on an ass that's never been ridden. All right, King James version. All right, so it's going to be a young donkey, hasn't been broken in by a human yet. All right, we're talking not one of those skanks like from Tijuana.
Now, here's the thing. Before this guy made this little tangent or whatever, they obviously had some type of production meeting or something like that before this show. And he says, hey, Jim, guess what I'm going to talk about today? Guess what I'm going to bring up? Ass.
Ass. Young. Virgin ass.
That hasn't been ridden yet.
And hadn't been broken in by a human.
And Jim's like, you know what? That hasn't been brought up here in a while. Go ahead.
Sure.
Go ahead, fire off with that.
By the way, the question was, What's the difference between secular and progressive fundamentalism?
Ass writing.
Yes. I mean, that is.
Meaning, the end time move of God that is coming is going to come with a young generation. I think that's not the millennials. I think it's the generation after them that's coming up, who, by the way, are rebelling against the millennials. I think they're the generation Jesus is going to ride into Jerusalem. Meaning,
5 or 6 years ago, he was bashing the millennials the same way.
Hit young people, and I think we'll find out in heaven. If the church doesn't have a revival that grabs the attention of the youth, then the devil will sell a counterfeit. So all of this woke thing is an answer to the yearning in the human heart for purity, for nobility, for an ethical code, for being courageous, for being part of a movement, for standing up against the evil, and they're being manipulated into making the woke thing the movement of the youth, when in fact it's a manipulation by politicians and power brokers to control the American economic apparatus.
Can you
And what are you? And what are you?
It's all projection, is what it
Yeah.
is.
Jesus fucking Christ.
They like to play themselves off like they're heroes of some sort. You know, we stand for everything that is good.
Yeah, it's
and what is good is only what we think is good.
It's definitely embarrassing that they have such a lack of
Self-awareness.
Yeah, self-awareness. It's not there at all. All right, we're gonna do one more and then call it a night. Let's just do this one.
It is time for the great uncovering.
Silly Ray.
It is time for corruption to be revealed. For the plans of corruption to be revealed.
Why? Nobody's even getting down. It's just cheesy piano music.
Nobody's getting down.
Look at his.
That's great.
Look at this fucking face.
That's funny.
Yeah.
For the plans that this government, this fraudulent government, has tied to Islam, and the plans
More
they
politics,
have tied to the
mixing
Mideast and the
religion and
Sand
politics.
Dragon will be revealed, and the people will see, and the government of Italy and England will tremble, for they have sought to make a pact with Taliban. They have sought to make a pact with China.
They did?
Jesus, what a fucking... How can anyone seriously follow...
Will tremble.
He reminds me of that dude, that cartoon character on Tom and Jerry with the big handlebar mustache, that trombone guy.
Oh, Jesus.
Italy
You remember that?
and England will tremble, for they have sought to make a pact with Taliban. They have sought to make a pact
Italy
with
is an
China.
ally of the Taliban?
China! What a fucking absolute clown. God. I'm convinced that's a fucking wig and that son of a bitch is bald. Convinced, I tell you. Fuck it, I'm gonna do one more since we have more of him. One more.
I don't know if you know this or not, but Barack Obama was prophetically removed from office. He
Wow,
was removed
he
from
was.
office in 2010. A lot of people don't know that, but a prophet removed him with his words in 2010. And I know Obama listened to him because he quoted him. Obama quoted him. And when he removed him, about 7 months after that, in 2010, he was speaking to a crowd of women, and his presidential seal fell off the front of the podium.
See, you can't tell me that these guys are like drug free. Now I understand that religion will make your mind do some fucking whacked out shit, but this guy is definitely on some shit other than religion.
He's got to be. You can
I mean,
see.
he looks.
You can see
he
what he
looks
would
more
look like if
stoned
he
than
was
you
bald.
without your glasses.
Thank you, very much. No, like you can see that he's like bald with a wig on. You can just tell.
No. Why are
Yeah.
you trying?
He's one of you, Dark Matter.
Yeah,
just
you can tell
bounced
that hair is
across
just
the
way
floor.
too fake.
And he looked around at his podium and he said, "Did I lose my?" And he just looked back at the crowd. He said, "Oh well, you know who I am."
Yeah, that shit was hilarious, by the way. If you've never seen that clip,
And he's reading some kind of like cosmic thing into it, huh?
yeah, because some prophet removed him, and that's why the thing fell off, and then the joke was made, and then he continued to be president for another 6 years.
Like, how does that jive with the prophet removing him or whatever?
It doesn't have to make sense, bro.
He lost his.
The guy's last name starts with Bull.
His position.
You know what his
And after
last name really means in England?
Yeah.
2010, he couldn't do anything. He just couldn't do anything. He controlled all the Congress, everything really, but he couldn't get nothing done. So he just started playing golf and turning gray.
Oh God!
His hair doesn't move.
No,
yeah.
So,
that's-
dude, the whole getup is like, I have long
Looks
hair
like-
and a leather jacket and a necklace and everything. I'm so fucking cool, and I'm
Got like the Bret
cool
Michaels
preacher.
kind of hair.
Ugh, it's fucking embarrassing, bro. Embarrassing.
He's trying to get some church pussy. Would you just let him?
No, I mean, and, oh my God, how pathetic of a woman do you have to be that this is like, ooh, what a heartthrob.
Hey, do not
Well-
talk bad about Silly Ray Cyrus.
Silly Ray.
Cyrus.
Good old Silly Ray. All right, well, that's the show, guys. I hope you appreciate it and enjoyed it. We appreciate your viewership. If you made it this far, for sure, give us a thumbs up or a fucking thumbs down. I really don't give a fuck. But I did want to say, and we'll take them all as appreciation for Grant. So, Grant, thank you very much for making the time for us. I hope
Ooh,
that
he's
you...
a sperm stealer. Robin the testicle, Robin the bullock. He steals your sperm.
That's what keeps that hair stiff.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. You guys are dirty. You dirty. Well, anyway, thank you, Grant, for joining us. We really do appreciate it. Please do make time for us again in the near future. Manda, I know you're here listening. We'll be happy to have you on either next week or the week after if you are available. I'm also looking at it to getting a couple of other guests, so that should be fun.
She said we just spent 3 hours pissing her off.
Oh, wonderful. Well, you can tell us about it next time we have you on. So make time for us, and we'll happily do that. So everybody, thank you so much for showing up. Thank you again, Paul, for your generous Streamlabs. You're fantastic, and it was great seeing you and hanging out with you. Yeah, for everybody else out there, we will see you lovely sons of bitches next Tuesday. Take care.
Good night.
Have a good night.
Later, guys.